Dogs and poodles, you're in the dog house. And we've got to thank God every minute of every day. It's your boys, the Two Live Stews. He's Doug, I'm Ryan, but together, with Doug and Ryan Stewart, we make up your Two Live Stews experience. Good morning, Narelle Scott, Why Not 2403, Griff, Aggie Pride in the building, and an honorable mention to Sigma. Wish he was a Q dad. Shout out to him. And good morning to you too, Doug Stew. How you feeling, sir? You gotta unmute, sir. You gotta unmute. We've only been doing this now almost 4 years. You gotta unmute.
I don't know how that happened. I'm great, man. How about you?
Absolutely stewtastic, man.
Okay. You got some big stuff coming up here soon.
Well, real quick, man. Real quick. Tree, if you can put that picture up of Mason, if you have it. I want to start at the top of the show, man. Mason had his soccer banquet yesterday. He's in the 8th grade. This was the varsity soccer banquet, sir.
He got a letter in the 8th grade?
Mason has lettered in the 8th grade in a varsity sport. Hey, man, I knew he would get a certificate. You know, they find a way to give every kid a certificate. But after all the certificates that were given out to kids that just got a certificate were given out, they called Mason's name 3 more times, man.
What?
I mean, he's the first 8th grader in the school's history to play on the varsity team, man. And get minutes and make plays, and the coach said was a difference maker.
Yeah, so I was going to ask you that. How did it determine if you get a letter or not? Well, I think when we were in high school, you had to play at least a quarter or something like that.
You got to log time, more than a quarter, man. You got to log time. You got to make plays. You got to beat somebody to get a letter in the 8th grade.
Oh yeah. Hey, congrats, nephew.
Thank you, man. No, oh yes, to Mason. Yes, congrats, Mason. But
congrats, nephew.
I'm honored, man. I forgot to mention that it is a Throwback Thursday before we get into some things. And today's throwback player.
Who's that?
21 Michigan, the great Desmond Howard.
Oh,
former teammate of mine with the Lions.
Wait, turn around. Can we see it from the back?
Well, it'd be difficult for me to turn around. I might mess my back up doing all that. Yeah. I mean, I got screen back. You know, there's a whole lot of stuff going on. But it says Howard. It says 21 on the back, just like on the front. Let me show you, kid. You didn't see it.
Now, so that's appropriate. That's appropriate. You got the Michigan jersey on because he was a very good NFL player, a great kick returner.
He was a great returner, a good receiver.
Right. But
for several different teams.
We're going to remember him most for the Heisman Trophy polls and Michigan and electrifying player.
Yes.
Yeah. So, Throwback Thursday. So we got Desmond Howard. We featuring Desmond Howard today.
The Magic Man. I call him the Magic Man.
Why you call him the Magic Man?
Because when he caught those punts or those kickoff returns and your team needed him, he was magic.
That's what y'all called him because you played with him with the Lions, right?
Correct.
And did y'all call him Magic then, or you just called him Magic?
I started calling him Magic many years before he got to the Lions because I knew of him when he played with Dorsey Levens in Detroit. So we were in kind of the same circle, and I've always called him the Magic Man.
Yeah. Oh man, God, that guy was phenomenal. He was phenomenal. Hey, listen. And there goes my contribution to Throwback Thursday. My graduation day, 1988. And that's our mother, Pumpkin.
Oh, Pumpkin, beautiful. You hear me?
And some big ass head ninjas standing between me and my mother.
I'm on one knee behind y'all.
You on one knee?
I'm on one knee.
Yeah, but I
was kneeling down on one knee so I could get in the picture with y'all.
That's graduation day, man. 1988. Headed to Newberry College in a couple of months.
I remember that.
Yeah, man. Yeah,
little did you know that you wouldn't enjoy Newberry. You were excited about getting down there.
Oh man. I mean, I did enjoy it. I just didn't get along with my position coach, and I had to go.
Best decision you ever made to get out of this. Some kids would just say, "I'm gonna suck it up. It's just football."
Sir,
I'm very glad you got the heck out of there.
when I tell you that was the greatest, might be one of the top 2 greatest decisions of my life.
Yeah.
Like, I can't imagine my life not going to South Carolina State, not pledging my chapter there, and all the people that I know.
Glad that I'm from SC State.
Right, exactly.
I used to love it there. Boy,
Exactly.
I love it
Hey, so a ton to get into today, man. Happy Throwback Thursday to you. A ton to get into today. Before we go any further, though, I want to remind you, the trending topic is coming up in a hot second. I want to remind you that today is offering day.
That's right. It's Thursday, baby. Woo-hoo!
Listen, if you'd like to donate to the show, we would appreciate it. $1, $5, $10. If you got 500 and you got it like that, we would accept it gladly to keep the lights on. All right. So at any point in today's show, look to the bottom of the chat. To your right, look to the bottom of the chat, and you'll see a dollar symbol. Click on that dollar symbol and donate whatever you feel is in your heart. And if you're watching the replay of the show, same thing. Look to the bottom of the chat. There's a heart little icon. Where are you going, man? There's a heart little icon. Did you have on your drawers just now? I think. Oh, my God. So if you're watching the replay, look to the bottom of the chat. There's a heart symbol. Click on the heart symbol, and you can donate then after the show, after the fact, not the live show, but whenever you get a chance to watch the replay. Trending topic, man. Trending topic. Cassie testifies in Diddy trial.
Hey, man.
Not only did she testify, go ahead, man. Go ahead.
The day when you realize that your freakdom is nowhere near the level of somebody else's freakdom.
So we didn't even discuss this to this depth.
We have not talked about it at all.
But that's what I want to get into you about.
I used to be freaky. Man. But hey, my freakness is nowhere near the freakness of the king of all freakiness.
Okay, so
Daddy.
So a couple of salacious points that you've heard about all week. Since
what
Cassie.
A goddamn freak. Hey, man, listen, I want to get through this. Man. But all I can say while I'm reading this stuff is, what a goddamn freak.
Okay, so listen, look, this headline right here, it kind of walks us into the conversation. Cassie said she used to rub other dudes' semen on Diddy's nipples after the other dude shot his semen on her someplace on her body.
Here, I think, pegging or doing it with the lights on is something freaky. Hey, man, who knew? Who knew, man?
So the other two bullet points that we can cut that will kind of lay the groundwork for this discussion is Puff paid, from her testimony, other dudes, they call them escorts, I think the technical term is escorts, to come and have relations with his wife, his girl. The most salacious thing that I've heard out of all these headlines is somehow these escorts urinated in Cassie's mouth.
At Diddy's request.
At his request.
I mean, look, man.
There's a lot more, but I think that's ample enough to get us where we need to go in this conversation.
You know what an HBL is, man?
Hot booty lick?
Yes, one of those. Here I was thinking I'm a freak.
Hold on, I don't think.
Here I am thinking I'm a freak.
I don't think that's a technical term used all over America in the world. I think that's a Mexican term.
Oh, my bad. My bad.
And one of our homeboys came up with it, and we joked about that for 40 years.
Well, listen, man. Here I am.
It might be a real thing.
Here I am, accidentally hot booty licking somebody from time to time, just an accident. It's never intentional,
What?
And Diddy is literally, dude, it's a lot, man. It's a lot, man. And all I'm saying is this. whether he's guilty or not. Apparently, in 3 days of testimony, he's so freaky, they're going to have to keep him behind bars, man. You don't want people in the streets that got a level of freakiness like this guy's got, man.
And you're watching the Two Lost Dudes experience. Listen, and really, this thing is not funny, man. But I mean, I don't even know. Can I tell you a quick story? You're watching the Two Lost Dudes experience.
I had to stop reading yesterday, man. I'm like, oh no, I got kids. I'm not reading this.
So I'm talking to a friend of mine, female, nice young lady. I'm talking to her, right? And we start talking about this thing here, about all this salacious stuff coming out in this trial. And I says, you know what? I mean, I thought that I was freaky. You know, I thought that I was, you know, at the higher tier of being freaks.
I'm a lame.
Right. And we started talking about the things that I was meaning when I said that I'm a freak to a large degree. And she said, you know what? You 90s freaky. They have taken these young people and in today's society, the level of freaky is to the moon.
Yes.
You're thinking about just normal everyday freaky things.
Listen, they're bringing
30 years ago. They're taking it to a whole new level, man.
They're literally bringing in car batteries and jumper cables to do things, man. Okay? I mean, a whole nother level. Blow torches, flames, candles, wax. They're doing all kind of stuff, man.
Okay, listen. One last point I want to make too about this, on the revelation that Puffy is really, really freaky.
Tree has put in the chat the link if you want to be a part of today's show. Click that link and jump into the green room, and we'll bring you on and get your hot take. Go ahead, man. I'm listening.
Let me ask you one more thing too. When you're watching the Two Lost Shoes experience,
here I am thinking when I'm making a request for somebody to stand up, you know, instead of just being missionary, I'm getting freaky.
That's my point. That's my point. Hold on.
Oh, I turned around and made her look in the mirror.
In the whole
Puff don't live an eyebrow to that kind of stuff, man.
In the whole spectrum of freakiness, let's be honest. There's really only about 5 or 6 things that you are doing, right? There's no more than that. Really, when you really think about it, come down and you talk about freakiness and positions and this and doing that, it's really about 5 or 6 things, right?
No, I mean,
anything outside of 5 or 6 things that we all know about or thinking about right now is pretty much moves into perversion.
I'm going to go a little bit deeper than 5 things, man, because when I was in Detroit, you know, I stayed in 2-bedroom or 3-bedroom places, and there was always a sex room in my house, man. So it's a little more than 5 things, man. But again, my level of freakiness is nowhere near Sean Diddy Combs.
Let me ask you a question, man. You're watching the Two Lost Shoes experience. The 2 things that have been talked about since the testimony from Cassie. One, we just talked about the peeing in the mouth. And the second thing is the salad tossing. I think the salad tossing came up from something else a couple weeks ago. What pleasure do you get from somebody peeing in your mouth or watching somebody pee in your partner's mouth? That's nasty. Pee.
I was going to try to.
I mean, it's pee, and to the salad tossing thing, because clearly, to the salad tossing thing, do people? Am I missing something? Is there something different happening than what I'm thinking, which is, you know, oral sex with someone's ass in which they shit out of? Is there more to it? No, I'm serious. Is there more to it? Because shit comes from there. I don't care. I don't care how many showers you take. I don't care how clean you are. What enjoyment do you get of letting somebody?
I got kids. It's too early in the morning for this. I got kids. They might be listening in the car. I got to be careful, man. But it's, to my understanding, you know, things are very, very sensitive down there, to my understanding.
All right, so thus far, and you're watching the Two Lost Dudes experience. Thus
and
far,
do you believe that babies can hear when they're in the womb?
Yeah,
Do you believe that babies can hear when they're in the womb?
what does it have to do with anything?
Good morning, Arley. I'm not
Got
sure
it.
if you're supposed to be here. Good morning.
She was supposed to be here, but that's okay. Uh,
Do you think babies can hear in the womb?
what does it have to do with anything?
Well, Cassie's pregnant. She's big pregnant. So her child is listening to all this stuff, man.
Yeah, it's a real bad look for her.
She's got a sibling, to my understanding, that's in this courtroom. She's got a husband that has wifed her, ring and all, inserted baby in her belly.
I can
And
see.
they're in that courtroom.
I can see when they get in the car.
He
they
got
drive a little
nothing to
bit.
say.
When they drive a little bit, dude, the husband turns down the radio, says, turns over, looks at her like, "Damn, bitch,
You a nasty mother. You a nasty.
you nasty, fat, nasty."
Cassie, you so nasty.
Hey, no, listen, for real, man. This is unbelievable.
It is.
This is unbelievable, the stuff that I've been hearing over the last couple of days. And you're right. Her child in her womb is probably hearing all of this. When those salacious parts of testimony come out, they say Puffy's daughters, the two young girls, the twins,
Yep.
they leave.
Yep.
Like, if anything else, and what are your thoughts about the trial as it's going right now? Like, based on what he's being tried for, do you think he's in hot water, or you think he got a chance? You think when his lawyers cross-examine the witnesses, do you think he's got a chance, or do you think it's a wrap? He's going to jail forever, based on what you heard. And I mean, we don't know all of the details.
I think, like I told y'all before, when he came back to exonerate himself and free his name of all these bogus charges, it was the dumbest thing he's ever done in his life.
Yeah,
I
but
think
he's
that there's
paid a lot of money for a lot of great, very smart lawyers that went to Yale and Harvard and whatnot, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Like,
them folk ain't never letting them see the light of day again. They just not.
I don't know, man.
They're just not.
This is so.
We hadn't even got to the testimony about him blowing up people's cars and stuff yet.
Good
morning, Hollywood.
If anything else, good morning, Arley.
Good morning.
If anything else, man, this is going to be super, super embarrassing. This has been super embarrassing. I mean, embarrassing is not even a word for it. Arley.
Yes. Good morning, everybody. What's up, Stew Nation? Y'all getting salads tossed this morning and stuff. It's a lot happening.
HBLs.
Did y'all use the term HBL in Atlanta?
Well, I don't. I was such a sheltered child. Oh my God. So I probably would have had a heart attack if somebody said that to me back then. Now, yeah, let's go. What's up? The part of the testimony, y'all were talking about testimonies and stuff. A lot of it is, a lot of what y'all are reading out there in the universe and what's actually being said are probably two different things. Let's be clear. They're going to create some stories that we're going to see. The actual transcripts are going to be really, really important. And it's going to be probably a lot of fake ones floating around. So a lot of what she said, I looked at several, listened to several, the peeing in the mouth. Yes. She said she had a lot of urinary tract infections because she was having so much sex, oral sores in her mouth from the oral sex, all those kinds of things was what she did mention in the trial yesterday. Yes, Ryan, I do think babies can hear in the womb. I feel like this is the worst thing she could be doing right now, but I don't know. It's just a lot.
Arley, can you hold your thoughts? When we come back, we'll hear more more from you and more of your thoughts about this.
Absolutely.
Hey, it's really sensitive back there in that salad area, man. That's what I hear. That's the word of the street. You get tickled down there, you might not turn back.
What?
Yep. Don't let nobody tickle your salad, sir. Up next in the Doghouse with your boys, the Two Live Stews on the Two Live Stews Experience.
Lord have mercy.
We're gonna talk about this freak.
Lord have mercy. Hey, it's a couple other little news and notes from the world of sports. The NFL schedule came out last night. Yeah. NBA playoff action. So we'll get into all of that as well. Pete Rose is in the news. Yeah. but yeah, the trending topic definitely is
salad tossing.
Lord have mercy.
And I don't want to be judged. What I don't want to happen is to be judged. But the old saying, don't knock it till you try it, keeps coming up for some reason.
Are you tired of workouts that leave you feeling drained? Do you want to push your limits without compromising your health? Introducing NPE, the ultimate pre-workout powerhouse. NPE is packed with natural plant-based ingredients that fuel your body and mind. We're talking about sustained energy, enhanced focus, and accelerated recovery. All this while giving your immune system a powerful boost. But NPE doesn't stop there. It also stimulates circulation, enhancing blood flow throughout your body. And it doesn't just improve your workout performance, it also boosts fertility and sexual drive in both men and women. Whether you're a seasoned athlete or just starting your fitness journey, NPE is here to help you reach new heights. Don't settle for sluggish workouts. Unleash your inner athlete with NPE. That's natural performance energy. This is not your ordinary pre-workout supplement. Our clients will tell you NPE also stands for natural power, peak performance.
It's your boys. We're back. The Two Live Stews, Doug Stewart, Ryan Stewart, the makeup of those stews. And this is your Two Live Stews experience. Good morning, world. Good morning, world.
Throwback Thursday.
Boston Celtics keep their playoff hopes alive last night, commanding 127-102 win over the Knicks in Game 5, Eastern Conference semifinals. Despite Jason Tatum being sidelined with a torn Achilles, had surgery the night after the injury. The Celtics show some resiliency. Series now 3-2. Derek White, of all people, led the scores last night for the Boston Celtics, had 34 points, had 7 3-pointers. He's a shooter. We just couldn't get to him. And Jaylen Brown contributed with 26 points. This time of year, you have to have one person, whether it's your star or not. You have to have one person in the 30 to 40-point range, and you need 2 others in the 20-point range. Celtics did that last night. Knicks have done that previously, but the Knicks did not do that last night.
Celtics or Knicks up in this series 3-2. Also, Wolves 121-110.
Before you go to the Wolves, man, 22 made 3-pointers by the Boston Celtics. 22 made
live by
3-pointers.
Live by the 3, die by the 3.
They live by it and they die by it. Okay, that's all I wanted, sir.
The Wolves 121-110, ending up their series. Randall goes for 29. Edwards has 22. Randall played big last night. Go ahead.
You got to have somebody go for 30 or 40 and a couple of others go for 20.
You know what? Whenever I hear Randall, and you're a Knicks fan for people watching the show for the first time, but whenever I hear Randall, Hart, Ingram, Lonzo,
OG,
Zubac.
Okay.
No. I'm thinking former Lakers.
Okay.
I'm thinking we had all of these guys on the squad. Randall was young. Ingram was young, straight out of Duke. And those guys are just contributing, big-time contributors in other places, man.
Randall was a contributor. Randall was a contributor in New York. He left because we got Cat. And I'm convinced that Cat is hurt.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think we're seeing the best big Cat that we can see.
Right. So the Knicks up 3-2. Wolves advance, waiting for the winner of Oklahoma and Denver. Pacers waiting for the Knicks, or the Celtics. Shouts out to the Pacers. We haven't been on since the Pacers ended their series against Cleveland, man.
Yep.
Remember the statement I made months ago, probably. I didn't think that the Pacers and Cleveland and or the Oklahoma City Thunder would both make it to the finals.
Right.
And Cleveland's out.
Cleveland's out.
Cleveland is out.
Cleveland's out after only getting one victory. Only got one win.
One thing I wanted to show, man, Tony Dorsett says they haven't, I guess he meant haven't, proven anything other than freaky sex. Let's bring Arley back into the conversation. The dude, Joey Jackson, the smooth brother, the brother that's the attorney that's a contributor to CNN, if you watch his commentary about this, he's basically saying the same thing that Tony Dorsett said. They got to him, they have a lot more they have to prove about interstate trafficking and having a sex ring and all of this, that, and the other. I haven't heard anybody come on and say, well, I was paid to do this or I was paid to do that. And it doesn't seem like the state has that big of or that strong of a case right now. What are your thoughts, Arley?
Well, and what you're saying is very true. That's what a lot of the people that are talking about it, the legal minds are saying, that they're going to have a really saying that, yeah, I did this and she had him doing that. That's one thing. Like they've shown that that 15 minutes, the full 15 minutes of that argument that they had where he beat Cassie and that showed up, and people are now realizing how it probably appeared. That's domestic violence. That is not RICO. Right. You making me have all this sexcapades is freaky, but how does it rise to the level of racketeering?
Can I ask a question?
And running a sex ring.
Right.
Okay, your words, not mine, said you making me have these sexcapades. Ollie, I'm not really seeing and feeling that she's been forced to do this stuff to this point.
And that's what a lot are saying too. Like she's a lot of it. Unfortunately, a lot of it, she's saying I was scared, so I didn't want to disappoint him because I knew what came with that. But even, there was one time they went out, and this was discussed. They went out and they were having a, dinner. He was all nice and loving and stuff. And then she said he attacked her. He sexually, we're going to say, aped her. And then she was upset and crying. And then the next time they went out, she willingly had, intercourse with him. So it's kind of like what is going on? And that's what's going to happen today. She's going to be crossed today. It's going to be very difficult for the defense because here you have this very visibly pregnant woman and she's already shown a lot of emotion. What the prosecution did really well was make sure that you brought a lot of emotion into this. They have watched that video 3 times already, the full video, not the sped up version and chopped up version that we watched, but the full 15 minutes, which just showed how mad he was, how he walked here, he did and so they're going to have a hard road, but it still doesn't rise to the level of RICO.
Yeah. From RC said he's not on trial for the freaky stuff. And I keep saying, y'all got to remember that. He's not on trial for the freaky stuff, but they're trying to paint a picture about his character so they can tie it into the racketeering and sex trafficking crimes he's on trial for. He's not even on trial for the abuse, for the video when he beat Cassie's ass. He's not on trial for that either. He's on trial for running an organized sex ring. Yep. And I mean, it's all depending on who you ask if they're proving that point or not.
And they have not. They have to legally. They have to tie, and we're gonna probably see Cassie. What the legal minds are saying is that we'll probably see Cassie again because while she's setting the stage for the sexual part, she's probably going to go in and speak about have to come back because she was there 10 years. About the drugs and about any other things they can use to try to prove a pattern of racketeering activity, which is very, very high standard of proof, that there was an enterprise. And it doesn't have to be like an organization that we're paying into. It could be gang. It could be those things fall into the enterprise portion. Participation in criminal enterprise, that the state of mind, this is what you were trying to do, and that there was a conspiracy to do those things. Drug trafficking, regardless, can never be non-criminal. It always is. But the sexual acts and stuff, they're going to have to prove that there was some criminal activity with that. Because right now it just looks like we in here doing, interesting things. And it's in what they've said too, is that the jury is made up of 12 regular average people who probably have never heard these things before. And everybody was trying to figure out, how are they going to show like the freak offs? What is it going to be? Videos? Are they going to have pictures floating around? They opted to put it in like a binder that only the jury and the parties could see. Nobody else. So that means we're not going to be able to see it. It won't be leaked to the average person. So First Amendment folks are mad because it should be a right to see it and blah. And they said, one juror visibly gasped when they saw the pictures that were floating around of the freak offs that they had, to see in this binder. So
from Jungle Brothers says, so y'all forgetting the video with her running from her, getting her ass beat and dragged back to the room.
No, we're
But
not
once
forgetting that
Yeah,
at all.
we mentioned that.
That is not what he's being charged for. The violence.
That's not part of
that's
this case.
domestic violence. That
part
is
of the
not
case, right.
racketeering.
That's not part of this
Right.
case.
So,
Now,
man,
now I made the point that video that Jungle Brother just mentioned, that video will not be able to be removed from anyone's mind that's seen it.
right.
Nope.
Yeah.
And they've done a very good job of, you know, placing it out there. And so one of them, I feel like I was watching either CNN or CM somewhere, and they were talking about the video. Remember, Puffy allegedly, there was a security guard who testified that Puffy tried to pay him off to get the video. Somehow he ended up, that man didn't benefit from that, but he gets the video. Everybody's like, why wouldn't he have destroyed it? The hard drive, he had because they have the physical hard drive. So that must have been what they got in the raid. That's the only way that people are trying to figure out, how did they get this video footage? And Diddy had it paid off, because Diddy had it, and in the raid, the feds got it again. So maybe Diddy did to himself. Well, he did do it to himself, but
That's a tongue twister.
It did, right? Diddy did it to himself. So yeah, it's going to be, the defense is going to have a hard time this morning just trying to, and everybody's like, well, if you don't come at Cassie hard, it's going to look like you playing. But if you go too hard, people are going to feel bad because she's already emotional, and she's due any moment now. They wanted to have her seated already. They didn't even want her to walk down the aisle like everybody else does, because they knew what image, at this point, she's probably waddling, and it just looks bad. They also say, though, because Diddy can't get that Beijing in there, that he looks much older, and that could be to his, credit. And while the jury's saying, they're not seeing this man that's in the video. They don't see the man that they keep seeing on the news with all these things going on, this big, high profile. And his kids are there, all 6 of them, the entire time. His daughters did leave early, and they're going to try to make it look like, oh, that was just too much, and it was just too much for them to hear. It's their prom, so that's why they left. So before everybody goes out into this whole, oh my God, they missed the prayer circle, they didn't so-and-so, and they couldn't hear all this bad thing. They listened to all that stuff that they said their daddy did.
They said Puff is in there reading the Bible.
Well, I didn't see that. They said that he was visibly, like, on Cassie's second day, they did talk about him, fidgeting more. He was writing more notes to his attorneys and saying stuff. But they said the first day she seemed a little bit less confident. Next day, she was really, a lot more confident about what she was saying, and didn't seem as, I guess, embarrassed.
So listen, Tree used the term the other day, and you're watching the Two Live Stews experience, being vulnerable and transparent. Arley, as much as you'd like to talk about this and discuss this, have you ever heard of this level of freakiness? I mean, talk to us, Arley. What are your thoughts?
How vulnerable and transparent do we all need to be on this? Then we're not on trial. Let me just say that. No,
But Arley, peeing, getting pleasure out of watching somebody else pee in your girl, or in your case, your man's mouth.
I've heard people talk about peeing on people and how something about this, I don't know if it's the warmth or whatever, they thought it just was great. But in the mouth,
Go take a hot bath. I'm sorry.
Yeah. But I'm just telling you what the people said. I don't want nobody to urinate on me. Remember when R. Kelly did it, we were all like, oh my God. It wasn't in the girl. I guess I don't know where it was. I never saw the video. I was that green.
Right. I never seen the video either.
Neither have I.
Oh, wow. So none of us know, but I don't think he urinated in her mouth. I think it was like on her in the face and all that stuff. And that's supposed to be some kind of, maybe it's like a control or dominate thing or something. I don't know. Maybe people that are into dominatrix and S&M and whips and chains. I don't know. Some of the other things they're talking about, like, Doug, I just sent you a video about this dude in a salad house, and I want you to, when we go to break, you get a chance to look at the video. It's funny it's a comedy. It's a comedic sketch. Before you get concerned, it's a comedic sketch.
I don't want to see no how-to video about how to toss somebody's salad. I don't need to see that.
I don't want to. Okay, anyway, so yeah, I think that there are levels to this, and Diddy's, and that's what they're trying to do with the jury. They're trying to show them that, baby, your level at your house where you move your husband around and told him to stand in the kitchen. Let me,
Okay. Last thing. What does it say? What does it say about a dude? And I know I'm stepping on some people's feet because there's probably some real freaks watching this show right now. What does it say about a dude that would pay another dude to have sex with his wife? And that's called, is that the cuckold thing we talked about the other day?
It's not his wife. It's not his wife.
Or I'm not his wife. I'm sorry.
I think
or you're the person you're in a relationship with.
That's what this is.
Great reminder. We will be talking with the bull a little bit later.
Yeah.
Great reminder.
I mean, now let me say this. I had a friend. She dated this guy. A friend one time. She dated a guy. She was like, he used to listen. He liked to hear me talk about my other experience, and I was like, what? I don't want no man to want to hear me talk about doing it with some other man. That's terrible. Think about people who do threesomes. That means you something. You like to hear something about it or see it.
I think it's more intimate that you're talking about someone that you're in a relationship with.
A threesome, we in a relationship, and then we invite somebody else in.
Well, you know what? When I think of a threesome, I don't necessarily think relationship.
I do want to.
It's couples that are swinging that like get caught up in it. I have a guy friend who said he was swinging with this couple, and then it was two girls, and then one of the girls decided she liked him by himself, and then it got in a mess. And blah. I mean, people do it's all kind of perverted things happening out there, and not so perverted.
Wow.
We're going to hell. Don't worry. It's time.
We are talking
Stop
with the
making
bull
war.
a little bit later, or talking about the bull a little bit later. I want to make sure that we let everybody know that the bull and his book, there's no correlation or there's no tie into what's going on with Puffy in this situation.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah, this is everybody playing the same game in the Bull's book.
Right.
Sounds
Puffy's
like
game. In the Bull's book, everybody's on the same page.
Right. Puffy's game and situation is a whole lot different.
Lord have mercy.
Right. It's Sodom and Gomorrah, honey.
Sodom and Gomorrah. Hey, Arley, thanks. We'll see you in a couple of minutes when we get back from the break. Arley's got her entertainment report. Hey, listen, we've been talking about it, man. Become your own travel agent. Own your own travel agency. And also there's a business opportunity associated as well. The plan is next week, Thursday, we're going to have on one of the ambassadors from PlanNet, Pethro Daniels. She's going to talk a little bit about the opportunity and how you can save a lot of money on your trips and on your travel, hotels, cars, trips, cruises, etc. So listen, if you're interested and you want to take part in the full presentation next week, Thursday night, which is May the 22nd, email me sme.dougstewart@gmail.com. That's sme.dougstewart@gmail.com.
Everybody keep talking about, hey, man, Ryan is really, really quiet. Ryan is really, really quiet. Ryan's mighty, mighty quiet. Ryan's really, really quiet. This ain't got nothing to do with Ryan. We talking about Puff. I'm listening. I'm just listening.
Yeah. So Arley, when we get back from the break, y'all don't go away. I don't know, man. This is just a different level of freak in today's time. I just had no idea they would do it like this, man.
I was one of the best back in my day, man. But Puff taking this thing to another level.
Oh my gosh.
You're in the dark. Pow! Dogs and poodles. It's the Two Live Stews, and we're back. Our debate that started us on radio was the effectiveness of the option, idiot.
You call your brother idiot? I never call you an idiot.
Dummy. What you did is called hijack the show. I'm done. Doug Stewart and Ryan Stewart streaming live Monday and Thursday at 7 a.m.
That's the number 2 live stews, youtube.com. 2 live stews, youtube.com.
Have you ever been stranded on the side of the road, Ollie?
Yes.
It's not comfortable, is it?
No.
Dogs and poodles, if you find yourself in a jam on the side of the highway, give my folks at Bay 11 Towing a call, 404-770-6949. Again, that's 404-770-6949. Being stranded on the side of the road in Metro Atlanta is very stressful and dangerous. Bay 11 Towing is who you need to call, whether you're dealing with a flat tire, dead battery, full-on breakdown, or whatever that may have you on the side of the road. Call our folks at Bay 11 Towing, and they will get to you with a competitive rate and quicker than everybody else in town. Again, that's Bay 11 Towing. That number is 404-770-6949. Welcome back, everybody. It's your boys, the Two Live Stews, Doug Stewart, Ron Stewart, the makeup of those stews. And
Good morning.
Time for the Hollywood Report.
Good morning.
Ollie's
Good
back in the
morning.
building.
We're supposed to be dancing. Doug said he don't feel like dancing this morning because people is tossing salads and stuff, and it's just too much. Depending on people,
Hey, so
too much.
Arley, I saw Arley the other night, and we were talking about the commercial. I saw you in the commercial.
Mm-hmm.
And what's the company?
Well, Star.
I saw it on Tubi.
What?
Like, I saw it on Tubi as well. I saw it on
Jesus.
Tubi and I saw it on what's the other one? That's
It's
free.
usually like on. Oh, I don't know.
There's another streaming channel, but I saw it on that channel as well. So yeah,
I don't
you
know.
get you get residual checks from that.
No, that's the reason I hate that commercial. I do not, because they play it so doggone much. I said I'm gonna have to reach out to my agent and be like, are they still supposed to be playing this? Because people tell me literally every week, did I see you? Are you a doctor?
Yep.
I am.
Yep.
And I ask people, do they want a work excuse? And they often say yes. I say it's not gonna really do you no good, but I'm not a doctor, but I play one on TV, so I write you one. Yup.
All right.
What's
So
up?
Ollie, go ahead. Let's jump into that report. I'm sure it's report time.
Yes, it is, and it's time for birthdays. Happy birthday, birthdays. We're not gonna give their ages today, but we're gonna tell you that comedians some more. Emmett Smith and Ray Lewis have the same birthday, guys. Isn't that amazing?
Both from Florida.
That's some power in some birthdays.
Absolutely.
Russell Hornsby, who I cannot think of what he acts on right now, the show, but y'all would know exactly who he is. Melly Mel, and the great birthdays today, and Atrell Cortez, who is with one part of "And Baby You Send Me."
Classic.
They group. So yeah.
So you mentioned Russell Hornsby. They did these plays, not plays. They did these skits in Detroit for the Rookie Symposium when they talked to the rookies. And my first experience with Russell Hornsby, he was one of the actors that was on the stage at my rookie camp in Detroit, trying to portray how athletes need to be careful when they're out in these streets. It was the great Russell Hornsby before I realized that he was the actor that he was back then.
Right, that is so cool.
It was cool.
Is he from Detroit?
I don't
But
think
it's
so.
hired. They do it like a traveling show.
That's exactly right.
So
That's
give
exactly
me
Yes.
Russell
That's a
Hornsby
good
plays
one.
Big Meech's dad on being. Oh, okay.
Yes,
I was just about to ask. Tell me what this guy's been in. Yeah.
He played in something else. I can't think of what other.
He's in a slew of films. He's in a lot of films.
I've seen that dude.
You know who he is when you see him.
I've seen this dude in a lot of things for many, many years. Yes.
Yep. I was trying to think, but Graham Fences. He played in the movie Fences where I saw him, but who didn't he play I think he was like his best friend or something, Denzel's best friend, but super cool guy. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. And happy birthday to anybody out there who's celebrating a birthday this week in Stu Nation. Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, y'all. Happy birthday. All right. Yeah.
So let's get into something other than we can get into some more Diddy, but we're going to mention a few other things and then we can make Diddy our last little point to discuss. Y'all know the beautiful little mermaid. She's so cute. Y'all's homeboy's daughter, Bailey, Halle Bailey. And bless her heart, I was thinking tongue twisting like it was Halle Berry. Halle Bailey and Halle Berry. I know people do that all the time. She has filed and received, and I know how hard it is to get a restraining order because I had to get one, a domestic violence restraining order against the baby daddy, DDG, who is like a streamer and a YouTuber and a rapper. He's 2 years older than she is. He can't get any. They just had a baby, y'all. They have a baby that's a little over 1 year old. Halo is the baby's name. And he can't come within 100 yards of her. And she now has full custody of him for the time being until the judge says otherwise.
Lord
you better be careful because South Carolina don't play that.
Well, he better, but I don't think they're in South Carolina. I believe they're in California.
Talking about her dad.
South Carolina, and we'll ride.
Oh yeah. Oh, you mean the South Carolinians?
Yes.
Okay, got it.
We will ride.
Moco in the building, showing up. So yeah, he said, "Oh, happy birthday, Shedrick Moore."
Happy birthday, Shedrick Moore.
Tell your mama that we said happy birthday, Shed.
Yes. So apparently he has been. She has a picture of him with a handprint on her arm, and she had like a chipped tooth. She went to go put the baby in the car. He was all mad, calling her bitchs or something. That made her nervous, like I'm about to let my child go with him. So then they get in the tussling match. So she gets in the car and goes with him to the house and gets there. When the family promises, like, okay, the baby's good, then she, tries to leave, whatever. But he, in the meantime, in between times, and grabbed the arm and chipped the tooth, hit her head on the, I guess the steering wheel. Maybe they were fighting for the wheel or whatever. So she has a couple of instances where they weren't major skirmishes. However, it was enough to rise to the level of getting a restraining order. Have y'all ever had to get a restraining order against somebody?
No.
Once in Detroit.
I just walk away from you before I get into something crazy like that. Ryan just talked about it. She got like 5 or 6 uncles.
Yeah.
She got like 5 or 6 uncles. Dude better chill.
It will go sideways quickly.
Yeah, real quick.
Yeah.
I had a friend I had to put out of my house with no clothes on in Detroit. And I had to get a restraining order against her.
You put her out with no clothes on.
She had to go. She wouldn't leave. She wouldn't put her clothes on. She figured I will not make her leave if she didn't have any clothes on. And she couldn't have been more wrong.
And people don't know that Ryan is a meaner. Doug, how did you do it when you were a little kid? That boy probably used to do evil stuff to you.
Yeah, very evil. I'm not gonna get into it because it's just too painful.
Right. Don't relive it. I'm sorry to even bring it up. I've had to get a restraining order, and it is hard to get. I sat there and watched the judge not give it to everybody. Like 50 people went in front of me. He was like, nope. He heard my story. He was like, okay, you have 12 months without such as. I was like, oh, thank you. The young lady is now in prison for murder. So I'm glad he gave it to me. But
Right.
I appreciate it.
I was going to ask you what happened to the lady or whoever it was.
Wait.
I had a stalker that was a lady. One of my former students was in love with me. I know.
I was like, wait a minute, something's not adding up. It was a chick that you had to get a restraining order against?
I did. And I felt bad about it because then they tried to call me and go against her in court, and I wouldn't do it. They were going to hold me in contempt.
The key point here is that the lady that she had the restraining order on is now in prison for murder.
So you avoided maybe dying.
Exactly right.
Was it a chick she killed?
No, it was a guy. She shot her mama's boyfriend 11 times in the back.
Wow.
She said it was self-defense though, but then they couldn't prove that. So she ended up just having to do the time. I mean,
that talks about the level of craziness though. And you did the right thing.
And one of my students surprised, and what's so funny about it is I was so cool about it. Like, she ain't about to do nothing to me, even though she had shot the man. And students were coming to me like, hey, back then I was Miss Dixon, Miss D, listen, we saw her and she was, she had a little gun which she wasn't supposed to have. And I was like, for real? Oh goodness. And like, it was just a lot. It could have been me. You know, she showed up. She asked one of my other students what church I went to. She tried to come to Impact. What? I had to tell Impact and let them know that there was
this is in recent times, like the last decade.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah, it was bad. I'm gonna send you a picture of it. You can be like, ooh, she had tattooed all kind of stuff around her head. It was crazy.
Tattooed on her head.
She did. And then she was smart enough when she went to court though, she had on like a little scarf. So she wore long sleeves so the judge couldn't see it. But her crazy seeped right out. It just seeped on out when we had to tell both of our sides of the story. And I had my proof of like, this is how many times she calls, these are the text messages she sends, this is the stuff that she's saying. And then she started off normal and then she just went to Loopyville.
So real question. We're gonna let you get to your next story, but did you do anything to make her believe that you were interested in her, or
probably just being Arley?
How did the misunderstanding happen?
She was just being Arley.
What he said, she was in love with me, and she wanted to break me down and build me back. I was really cool with my students. They had like a separate cell phone for me. They would call me when they were in fights and going to jail, all kind of stuff. They loved, and I was always gonna show up, you know. But this time, it just she had fixated in her mind that we needed to go together.
Damn.
Yeah, it was wild. So when I'm talking about restraining orders, they are very difficult to get. So for her to be able to get one means she had enough proof that rose to the level of giving a restraining order. So he's about to be in for it because she's asking for full custody of their child. And that's been his thing. He's not going to be allowed on his little Twitch and all these other live platforms. He goes on there and dogs her out to his fans. And so now he is not allowed to talk about her or their son at all on his little, platform. So it's about to be a whole mess with them. So like you said, South Carolina stand up is about to go down.
So we get new listeners all the time. So we always have to reset stuff. So we grew up with her dad. Her dad is from the next town over and know him very, very well. We've actually got the same name. There's a story behind that, but I'm not going to get into it right now. But yeah, that's crazy.
Yep. Her dad is Doug Bailey.
Douglas Bailey. That's her dad's name.
Bailey.
And we're the exact same age. I'm 3 days older than him. And
so that might be your daughter.
Word on the street is his mama stole. Word on the street is his mama stole the name from my mama.
Okay, because he's 3 days older.
He's
I mean,
3
he's
days
3 days
younger.
younger. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna get it together.
So I was born. I might as well tell a story now for new people. I was born in the clinic in our hometown of Moco. Okay, my mother shared a room with her father's mother, the lady that had him, Douglas Bailey, and my mother had me. 3 days later, his mother had her. But before my mother left the hospital, she had named me.
Right.
And the lady magically named her son the exact same thing. Matter of fact, my mother was like, I remember we talked about it. She was like, "Oh, that's a nice name," but she didn't say nothing else. My mother found out a week or so later that she named her son the exact same thing.
I wonder how many other Dougs were born in the hospital around that time that are both under 5 feet.
Yeah. Right. Nah, he's not under 5 feet, as a matter of fact. You're trying to clown.
No, I'm just saying y'all are both like, never mind.
Brian just mad because everybody hearing about he quiet because he quiet. Because I've heard stories about the infamous Ryan Stewart that preceded him in me ever meeting Ryan Stewart. Like this Ryan Stewart y'all got on this little thing right now, honey, that is not the Ryan Stewart. Let me tell y'all the stories. He is legendary. Him and child. I ain't hear about the Detroit stories. I'm scared. When you by the time you came to Atlanta, child.
It's not true.
Okay.
She knows not what she speaks of. What
I
else
mean,
she got,
no. I know what it was when you were in Atlanta before you went to Detroit. That's what the stories were. The pre-Detroit stories. Yeah, because by the time you got to Atlanta, you were this Ryan we see before us, who's father and churchman and mentor and all that stuff.
What other stories you got, Arley? What other stories you got?
Y'all, well, up next we have y'all know Tory Lanez. Apparently, he is doing a 10-year bid for being convicted of shooting Megan Thee Stallion. There you see in the middle, back in 2020 in this whole thing. Well, he recently, he's in prison. He got stabbed 14 times the other day in prison. He's in jail. He didn't die. He didn't die. He is in the hospital, and they're asking Governor Newsom to commute or pardon his sentence. And there's an organization that helps people who've been wrongly convicted. There's been information, new evidence come to light that he did never touch the gun that shot, that it was really her used to be best friend, the girl you see to the left in the black outfit. She allegedly is the one who shot 3 times because there was another person present or a person who saw, like a witness who saw everything going on. And their story was that there was 2 women fighting. And then the gun goes off 3 times, shot 3 times. And then Megan ends up shot. Megan says it was Tori. This young lady, Kelsey Harris, and her bodyguard, who is now feeling like, I got to tell the truth. I feel so bad. This man in jail, he got stabbed. Since this man got stabbed, they're feeling bad. And so they're coming out with the story. They were already with evidence and about to present it, but his stabbing escalated the need to tell this story. They were waiting on the appeals court to rule before they said anything. But now, because he's, fighting for his life, he's alive and fine. His daddy, whose name is Sunstar, Sonstar. Tori's real name is Daystar. I just find that fascinating. Sunstar and Daystar.
That sounds like some 5% of stuff.
He Black is in something. But the daddy is speaking out about it, and his new attorneys that are taking up the case to try to get him out. And so they're hoping that the new evidence and the bodyguard's testimony saying, I feel compelled to come forward. Now, what I did not know was that when she went to court the first time, when Kelsey, she pled the fifth and would not speak on it. But she did say in her testimony that she never saw Tori shoot. His name is Tory Lanez. She didn't physically see it, but it might be because she did it. That's why I can't see you do it if I did it. So we about to see. That's going to be a whole thing. But y'all stay tuned to see. That's just like a little note that trial is coming back.
I'm not trying to be the guy that's Mr. What's the theory that people say?
Conspiracy.
Okay, I'm not the conspiracy theorist here.
But
what if Tori has set up this whole stabbing just so they could make the appeal to get out of this thing, get out of prison?
Boy, he's going through real extreme.
I mean,
he's in jail. He's in jail. Yeah, he's in jail. So it's worth being a little extreme if you think you can get out.
14 times.
Well,
I'm surprised he didn't die. First of all,
he got stabbed in the head, in the neck, in the back, it was a lot of stabbings.
Well, he wasn't sleeping when he was getting stabbed, I'm sure. So the adrenaline probably takes over and you start trying to defend yourself. So you're not really being stabbed. You're probably just being sliced, if you know what I'm saying.
I got blood coming out of an orifice that you created that wasn't
5
there.
inches of blade inside your body is my point. He's probably fighting the person off and he got cut multiple times. Not literally inserted knife in inches in his body, if that makes any sense.
Right. They used the term stab. They didn't use slice. So I don't know.
You're right.
I mean, I can't speak to it. I haven't seen them. They haven't shown like the stab wounds. Now, I don't think he did it for that reason because, again, they already had the appeal. They were waiting on the appellate court to rule before they introduced or said anything, I guess, publicly about the whole thing. There's been speculation since he went to jail and was found guilty that there was something else in this story. So this is not the first time this has been brought up. They just now have evidence to further bolster their case.
Yeah,
so
that picture of Meg is one of her unflattering ones.
I
picture again?
I agree. I mean,
yeah, I don't know.
Where is the girl has put in the work now. If she was on that Ozempic, because she was a little chunky at first, more Megan Thee Stallion when she first came out talking about people had Megan knees, like, ooh, girl, got my Megan knees. Ooh, I ain't got no Megan knees. Because she was on the ground to get it to the floor. But she has lost and shaped up like, ooh. I mean, she went Coke bottle on us.
Dog 12 said, why was he in Gen Pop? Open Pop.
Yeah, I don't know.
Tory Lanez.
Maybe I don't know. Probably the person that stabbed him got life, and I just don't care. I'm gonna get some more. There are a lot of people out there angry with Megan Thee Stallion about this because they felt like she lied on him, and she even did a video. They haven't heard her say anything about the current situation, but before she was like, I was a victim, and I'm being maligned in the court, in the public opinion, and people are coming after her. So it's a lot of just who said, he said, she said. Why they ex-best friends makes me wonder too. Like, did that heifer really shoot me?
Outstanding job, Arley. We appreciate you.
Yep. I'll see y'all back in here on the Diddy talk because it's a lot. And it's more coming today. It's more coming today. We're going to be flooded for about 8 weeks, everybody. So get yourselves right now.
Up next in the Dog Boys, the 2 Live Stews. Doug Stewart, Ron Stewart, the makeup of those stews and your 2 Live Stews experience. We're going to get back into the Bull Book.
Mm-hmm.
We got a top 5 we got to do, but we're going to get back into the Bull Book. And your hand is raised, sir.
Hey, listen, if you need life insurance, that's what I do during my daily professional career. I'd love to be your life insurance agent. You don't have to be in Georgia as well. I'm licensed in probably 23 states. So if you're watching the show, listening to the show, give me a call. All right, grab a pen. You ready? 678-770-8073. All right?
Yeah.
Right. 678-770-8073. I'd love to be your agent.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Give me a call. All right. Don't go away.
Got that Diddy. Name means a whole different thing now when people start saying that Diddy. But we got to stop talking about Diddy as the Bull gets ready to come on this thing. We got to talk about the Bull next.
The Bull. Absolutely.
Passports, passion, and plot twists. The Tea with Tree presents Wanderlust, a limited travel series hosted by me, Tree Taylor, with author and luxury travel goddess, Cher Teray. This travel series is dripping with tips and twists, flirts, and fictional love that'll leave you feeling beautifully aroused and ready to take flights. The Tea with Tree and Wanderlust, 6 episodes every Thursday, 8 p.m. Eastern. Brought to you by the Booked Club, where frequent flyers and mile highers come together. On the Stewart Media and Entertainment Network.
With an appetite for exciting sexual experiences, a wild sense of adventure, and a physical blessing that I was eager to share with the women I would encounter, my life was about to change in ways I never dreamed. Throughout this book, I'll be sharing some of my stories alongside approved photos and text messages from some of the women I've met throughout this amazing journey. I can't wait for y'all to hear about more of this book. It is going to be riveting podcasting, radio, and television. It's going to be riveting.
The Bull, written by my man B. We will talk to him on air in the next couple of weeks, so stay tuned for that. This man still got to go to work every day, so he's going to keep his identity secret. We're going to figure out how to do that, but we're going to have him on the show and interview. Listen to this. Something seems fishy. It's Doug the Bull.
Nudie bar, put a couple stacks on it. Find a hotel bed, put a couple back.
It's your boys, the Two Live Stews. Doug, Stewart, and Ryan start to make up of those stews. Now, if Doug's screen start getting blurry during this segment, y'all know what's going on.
All right, so we're going to talk about the book, The Bull, Fulfilling Fantasies, written by B here in a second. But we have some unfinished business that we have to tend to that we do customarily during this time.
That's my top 5 list from last week.
You
know what bothers me? I'm gonna let you get to it, but what bothers me is how we portrayed two sides of our mother, and the people voted for the side that was less appealing, for the physical, for the rough, for the tough. That really bothers me.
That's
what
really
bothers me.
That's what you call keeping it real. So put it back up there, Tree. Right. We don't want to hear your sad story about why you lost the top 5. The top 5 was the top 5 things that mothers say to their children. Here was Ryan's list that we could barely read because it
always
really
respect your elders. A lie, don't care who tells it. Don't bring no white gals home. We love you, and we will always have your back.
Yeah, so we could barely read it. Not only that,
versus,
I love our
I'm
mother.
gonna beat your ass for this, or I'm gonna push you down the step. I'm gonna slap you when you get in the car.
You can't talk over me. I'm the champ.
That's just not the way that I wanted my mother portrayed. That's all.
Yeah. So I love our mother, but I don't recall her ever saying any of those things to us. Now, all of these things that I list on my list were said daily, if not hourly. Number 5, do you have McDonald's money?
You was around the house crying a lot.
Stop all that crying before I give you something to cry about.
Number
3, because I said so. Number 2, I wish you would. And number 1, fix your face.
Well, goddamn, Dougie, what's wrong today? I'm just so much smaller than the other kids. He was crying all the time.
So, Tree, put up the results of the voting. Overwhelmingly, the people identified with my list.
It's sad.
These are the conversations that they had with their mother, the same conversations we had with ours.
Yeah, we got to do a better job as a people.
And so I'm up now 13-11, and I think that I'm about to go on an epic run. Epic.
Dougie, why you crying today? Oh, Mom put a curl in my hair. My hair is straight. I got to go to school. He was crying all the time. Just always crying.
Thank you, Tree. Thank you, Tree, for that. But so 13-11, I don't think that you will ever have the ability to come back and catch me.
Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you.
Congratulations on your top 5 win.
Thank you. People really identify with them, and that's really what you're trying to do in the top 5.
All of Michelle in the chat room says, Ryan, you could have tied it up, but you want to be all righteous.
Right. Well, I'm not gonna get back into it, but
no, we talk. I mean, I wasn't going to portray my mother in no negative light. I just wasn't going to do that.
Nothing negative about it. It's just the real. Yeah. And I think everybody watching the show understands that's the real, right?
Punk, it was the salt of the earth.
That lady right there had 2 sides to her. Believe me when I tell you that. That beautiful lady right there had 2 sides to her. Let's talk a little bit about the Bull, man. This week's excerpt from the Bull.
Ryan, advise.
I need to let everybody know that what you're about to hear, see, and the context of the conversation for the next few seconds or minutes may be a little graphic, maybe a little tantalizing, and it may be a little deep. But these thoughts are not thoughts of the stews, but excerpts from this book, The Bull, that we're really, really enjoying. I just had to give you that quick little announcement.
Or enjoyed. Because, so I read the book totally from
I said enjoying because we both read it in totality, but we're still rereading to go over what we're going to discuss. So we're still like reading, but it's okay. It's no big deal.
So another of my favorite encounters was with a gorgeous Russian stay-at-home mom. Her husband traveled frequently for work, leaving her with a lot of free time. So I visited her at their very nice home once or twice weekly for about 8 months. She cooked for me. We'd spend hours enjoying each other's company. It was during these moments that I realized how much I enjoyed the thrill and excitement of sleeping with married women and helping couples live out their fantasies. I kept seeing the Russian mom, but also expanding my horizons with new dates almost every weekend.
Before I continue, have you ever had any Russian nudsie?
No, never had no Russian nudsie.
Don't knock it till you try it.
No Russian nudsie.
Let's continue the book. A few weeks later, I met a wealthy couple from a nearby city. They owned 2 planes and often flew between cities in the area. We met up a few times locally before they invited me to fly with them in a small 4-seater airplane to another city for the weekend. It was my first time on a small plane like that, and her husband even let me fly it briefly. After my turn behind the wheel, he asked me, "Are you in the Mile High Club?" Quick question for you, Doug.
Yes, sir.
Are you in the Mile High Club?
No.
Well, damn, man. You have you lived it all? Have you lived it all?
Tell me how you're going to be on the Mile High Club.
You have sex on a plane.
Yeah, how is that possible if you're paying for a chartered? Were you on a chartered plane? What?
Well, the 8 to 10 times
I'm
I've done
sorry,
it.
I'm taking for granted that you've done this before, right? You said 8 or 10 times. Go ahead.
The 8 to 10 times I've done it, you send your friend back to the bathroom, and they leave the door unlocked, and you
Sir,
go meet your friend in said bathroom.
Barely a half a person can fit into a plane's bathroom. What are you talking about?
Well, 2 horny people make it really easy. I mean, duh.
Sir, a bathroom on a plane is literally 2 feet by 2 feet. You need to stop this, man.
All right, well, okay. All right. Okay, man. No problem. You got to live a little bit, man. You got to do more than just go to Myrtle Beach 4 times a year. You got to live a little bit.
Damn you. Whatever. Myrtle Beach is like that. Hey, so that's what you're going to get in this book, The Bull, Fulfilling Fantasies, written by my man B. We're actually scheduled to have him on the show. We're going to talk to him live. We're still trying to figure out how that's going to work.
This wasn't part of the plan, but can I read this text message on the next page just real briefly? Real quick.
Go ahead.
Okay.
Yeah.
He receives this text message. The message came in at 8:51 in the morning. "Hey, how's it going? Would you be interested in chatting with my wife about the hot wife lifestyle? It's a major fantasy for us, and she's curious but very nervous to try anything for real. I saw your profile on Swing Lifestyle and your reviews from over where your reviews were over. Your reviews were very good. Sir, it still concerns me how, and we're reading how Puffy was in the corner while people were sexing his old lady in the corner, pleasuring themselves. You got to have a different kind of mindset if someone is applying pressure to your wife in front of you on the bed and you sitting in the corner and you can't do nothing about it.
Right.
You're a part of it, but you're not a part of it because you're not touching, you're not in the bed, you're not using your tool.
You know what? When we get him on the show, I'm going to ask him, did he ever feel like that he was in danger? Because I would think if you giving it to somebody's old lady and they're in the corner watching, that at some point they might become enraged, jealous.
Here's the problem. Here's the problem. When they're over in the corner pleasuring themselves and they are now done pleasuring themselves after 5 or 10 minutes and you still applying pressure and pressure and pressure. At some point in time, it's got to be like, hey, man, get off of her. You get off of her right now.
That's what I'm saying. I could see people getting upset and mad and enraged.
You sitting in the corner with lotion all over your stomach and this big black dude is still over there making your woman scream like you've never heard her scream before.
Yeah.
It's got to be a lot.
So Tree, put the meme back up. Pull out your phone if you want to read more. If you want to read more, scan the QR code right there.
Y'all have heard about these things. For the record, y'all have heard about these things, but to actually read it from a real, true live, it's different. It hits different on these pages. Trust me.
So listen, I'm telling you, man, this thing could be a movie, and I think maybe he might need to consider that, or maybe he's already considered that. Turn this thing into a movie because I could see this working. I could see the screenplay.
He wants to do a documentary, and he wants y'all to be in it. And yeah,
he wants us to be in it.
I'm asking around for him. I know some people.
No. Real quick, Tree, before you go anywhere.
Wait, man, how are we gonna be in it?
What are we supposed to be doing?
Right.
No, now, if B got his eyes on my wife, he got a problem. No, I mean, I'm reading this book and I'm doing all this. I'm doing this stuff on my free will and
For the greater good.
Right.
Of the show.
I want his message put out there. I find it very interesting. But if he got his eyes on my wife, we got a problem.
Okay. I'll talk to him. Let me see what he says. Doug,
Okay.
call.
Oh, that's right.
What?
Yeah. I keep forgetting, man, that there's a running joke that you might be the bull.
No, I'm not the bull. Stop that. Y'all play too much, man. And you're watching the Two Live Stews Experience. Doug Stewart, Ron Stewart. One sports story I wanted to throw out there, and there goes the book right there. One sports story.
It's a riveting read. And again, I've been to a few of the swinging establishments back in the day, and it's always a good time. It's a good party. I mean, these people are free.
Yeah.
These people are really free.
So listen, man. Pete Rose died on September 24th. Rob Manfred, the commissioner of baseball, reinstated him this past Tuesday to being eligible for the Baseball Hall of Fame. A lot of controversy. Go ahead.
Do you remember years ago when I said that it's going to happen for him, but it's going to happen posthumously because they don't want to hear his mouth? You don't remember me saying that?
It sounds like something you would say, but it's not because they don't want to hear his mouth. So Trump basically politicked to Rob Manfred, the commissioner of baseball, for getting Pete Rose in. Not only him, but Shoeless Joe Jackson, all the other players that have been banned because they broke rules of baseball. In particular, the biggest rule is gambling on baseball. So Trump talked to Manfred, and Manfred explained why he's making the decision to make Pete Rose and all these other guys eligible is they can't hurt baseball's brand by gambling, in particular in Pete Rose's case. He can't hurt the brand. He can't hurt the sport by wagering on baseball because he's dead. So what's the point of continuing to ban him? Now, he still has to get voted in. He can get voted in by the senior committee, or he can get voted in by the writers. The writers probably, based on what I've been reading, not going to let him in because they just lame like that. But the senior committee of former retired players that have made the Hall, they might put him in.
There's no better hitter in the sport, period.
Yeah, a lot of people argue the greatest hitter in baseball history.
There's no better hitter in the sport. I mean, I believe his 44-game hitting streak is still untouched. He hit, to have a hit in 44 straight games is mind-blowing if you know anything about baseball.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And I understood them not allowing him in. However, he deserves to be in, and he did not bet against his team, which has always been my thing. Had he bet against his team, that means he's probably doing something that's unscrupulous so his team would lose. But he always bet on them to win. He never bet as a player.
Right.
So that takes out the questionable cause of him being shady or shiesty or throwing the game. No, he bet on them to win.
So at some point, you said he was going to get in. You think so?
Because of this, because of the latest activities, I think he gets in.
And it makes sense. I mean, this is going to open up the door, and I guess the thinking about other players, in particular Barry Bonds.
Nope. Draw the line right there. Nope.
Yeah.
Big difference. You got one of them that's and one of them that's Yeah. No, Barry.
And the other,
we'll let you bet on games, but you better not be shooting no steroids, hitting home runs. No way.
Right, exactly. Holier than thou about that. Even though it wasn't illegal, that's another story. But the NFL schedules came out last night at 8 p.m. Eastern time. Here's the Falcons schedule, man. Not really a bunch of. The exciting thing is to see who the teams are they're playing outside of the division. Go ahead.
The Lions first up.
Yeah, so the Lions, so the games in red, and the Lions is a preseason game. Okay, the first three at the top from left to right are preseason games.
Which are about to go away forever.
Or they're going to reduce maybe to 1.
Yep.
But yeah, so the Lions is a preseason game. Then you got the Titans, and then you got the Cowboys in preseason. Season starts in week is that week 3? Can I read that? That's week 1. They're saying week 1, 9-7, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The Saints on November 23rd is probably a pretty big game. Week 7, they go to San Francisco. So there goes your schedule right there, man. Anything jump out at you?
This is a manageable schedule, sir.
Yeah.
This schedule does not look tough to me at all.
Put it back up one more time, Treat. The games in black are away. The
Away
games in red are home games.
Yeah. No, the Rams are always good. That'll be a tough game in late December. New Year's game around New Year's time. Buffalo's good. They got them at home. Washington's good. I see 2 or 3 games. I like this schedule for the Falcons, sir.
So Washington at home 9-28. The Bills on 10-13. The Dolphins on 10-26. The Panthers, which is a division game, on 11-16. The Seahawks 12-7. And then you got the Rams coming to town on December 29th. The problem with those very late games is my 30 years here in Atlanta. By that time of the year, the Falcons are already out of it, and nobody goes to the games at all. There's nobody tailgating. Like, everybody's like, the hell with the Falcons.
This is a different team. Penix Jr. getting the start. This is a different team, sir. I think this is a better team, too.
I hope so.
I feel two first-round draft picks to put some pressure on quarterbacks. I feel this is a different team. It's going to be a different season.
Yeah, I'm excited about the Falcons prospects this year. I am.
Congratulations on your top 5, man.
Yeah, I appreciate that. I appreciate that.
Up next in the Doghouse with your boys, the Two Live Stews on the Two Live Stews Experience. I'm going to talk about our throwback guest. And he won't be a guest, but I'm going to talk about the featured throwback player of today.
Hey, do us a favor. Hit the share button. All right, 2 things. Hit the share button to share the show with everybody in your network, obviously. And also hit the little bell. There's a bell icon. When you click on the bell icon, it gives you some different options on when you get alerts to when the show is live or when you can go and see a new episode of the show. All right. So hit the share button as well as hit the little bell button to get alerts and updates when you can check out a new episode of the Two Live Stews Experience. Yeah. Don't go away.
Talk about today's throwback player up next on the Two Live Stews Experience.
And we got to get into the last 48, the biggest memes in the Two Live Stews Facebook chat group. Over the last 48 hours. Exactly.
You think the Bull has a uniform that he wears to his quest?
That'd be funny. Look at the color scheme. That'd be funny. He come out all his Conquest and Michael Jordan jersey. The Bulls jersey. Get it? The Bulls jersey.
I get it.
Right.
I get it.
That would be dope if he did something like that.
Oh, gosh. Looking forward to talking to him, man. Should be pretty good.
Are you tired of workouts that leave you feeling drained? Do you want to push your limits without compromising your health? Introducing NPE, the ultimate pre-workout powerhouse. NPE is packed with natural plant-based ingredients that fuel your body and mind. We're talking about sustained energy, enhanced focus, and accelerated recovery. All this while giving your immune system a powerful boost. But NPE doesn't stop there. It also stimulates circulation, enhancing blood flow throughout your body. And it doesn't just improve your workout performance, it also boosts fertility and sexual drive in both men and women. Whether you're a seasoned athlete or just starting your fitness journey, NPE is here to help you reach new heights. Don't settle for sluggish workouts. Unleash your inner athlete with NPE. That's natural performance energy. This is not your ordinary pre-workout supplement. Our clients will tell you NPE also stands for natural power, peak performance. Every workout.
Farmers are being killed. They happen to be white, but whether they're white or black makes no difference to me.
White South Africans arriving as refugees on a plane chartered by the State Department, a process that usually takes years.
Welcome. Welcome to the United States of America.
The president signed an executive order in February calling them victims of unjust racial discrimination from the country's black majority, something the South African government vigorously denies. While the administration also canceled temporary refugee status for as many as 14,000 Afghans already in the U.S., including many who served alongside the U.S. in the war. The welcome for white South Africans also in sharp contrast to another executive order the president signed the day he took office, suspending new refugee admissions for everyone else, including black Sudanese escaping genocide and Latin Americans fleeing violent gangs.
Some question whether Elon Musk played a role in winning refugee status for his fellow white South Africans, because he has repeatedly posted on his platform X about their plight.
Two Live Stews Experience. He's Doug. I'm Ryan. Together with your Two Live Stews, and this is your Two Live Stews Experience. Shouts out to NPE. Enhanced performance, increased energy, increased focus, increased endurance. I'm sure the Bull probably uses something like that. Make sure you get that job done right.
Absolutely. You just saw this clip of Trump talking about these South Africans that he's allowing to come into the country. I mean, you talk about thumbing your nose at the rules and the laws and legislation. It's just
it's what he does, man.
It's unbelievable. Like he goes about his life like there's rules for everybody else. There's laws and there's constitutions for everybody else. But for me, I'll do whatever the hell I want. Yeah. And the crazy thing about it, and we're not gonna stay on this all day. The crazy thing about it is, and I mentioned this the last time we did the show, nobody's doing nothing about it. It seems like whether it's this whole plane issue, getting this plane, bringing over white South Africans, not understanding or knowing or what the Constitution means, claiming that the guy has the Venezuela gang member has, these numbers tattooed on his hands.
The plane thing you just mentioned. Can I talk to you about that real quick?
Go ahead.
Why would he even want to?
Why would he even think that he could do that? Is that it? That's what you were going to say?
A $400 million plane.
Right. Why does he even think that that's even something that you could consider doing?
So A, you've got to want something in return. B, how safe would you feel on this plane from the folk from Qatar?
Right.
Don't you think for one second that once I'm on this plane, I'm 35,000 feet up in the air, they might blow this bitch up?
Right. Yeah, they've said that if we were to take the plane, if Trump were to take the plane, because let's keep it real, that's who it is. If Trump were to take the plane, they would put more money into it to scan the plane over, to inspect the plane, than the value of the plane. It would be more than $400 million to break the plane down, to scan the plane, to make sure that there's no bugs, to make sure there's no listening devices, no bombs, like you just said. Like, why would he even think that it would be okay to accept a gift like that and not think that you're in the back pocket of said country that gave it to you?
I've I've read President Obama talking about all the gifts he used to turn down left and right. He'd get into hotels and there'd be diamond encrusted watches, just a gift for you. No, he would leave it all where it was. He didn't accept anything from anyone. So he's presidential.
Here's the question I was about to ask. Why does it seem like these hundreds of things that this guy has done since he's been in office, it'll happen, it'll be in the news for a day or two, a 2-day news cycle, and then we'll move to the next thing and ignore what, like we're not addressing this, like.
And it's so much.
It's like he's overwhelming us with the stupidness, with the idiocy.
By the time you get to your hand grasped around one thing, it's been 5 more things. And you're like, oh my gosh, look at, he did what? And then you forget all about this. He moves the needle. It's filling the plate.
All right, let's get into the last 48. And even I'm tired.
Shouts out to my man, the great Desmond Howard, man.
Even I'm tired.
Former professional football wide receiver, return specialist, played in the National Football League for 11 years. Known for being a Heisman Trophy winner with the Michigan Wolverines, won the Heisman in 1991. Selected 4th overall in 1992, the year I pledged Delta Kappa. He was selected by the Washington Redskins, spent most of his career on special teams as a return specialist, holds the NFL single-season record for punt return yardage. With the Packers, Howard was named the most valuable player of Super Bowl 31, I believe, after returning the kickoff for 99 yards against the New England Patriots, the longest return in Super Bowl history, a return that was instrumental in them getting the victory in that game. He's also the only special teams player to receive the award of MVP in the Super Bowl. He was inducted into the College Football Hall of Fame in 2010, and I am proud to say that he was a teammate of mine in Detroit from 1999 to 2001 when I left. He stayed there for another year in 2002. He's played for 6 teams, being somewhat of a journeyman: the Redskins, the Jaguars, the Packers, the Raiders. Played with the Packers for 2 stints, and also the last stint he had was with the Detroit Lions. He's got all tons of career highlights and awards, man. But Super Bowl champion and Super Bowl MVP in the 31st Super Bowl is definitely the highlight. Today's throwback player, the great Desmond Howard.
Legend.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
The great Desmond Howard.
Classic. Magic, as you called him, huh?
The Magic Man. And he's been on TV. I'll never forget, I'm in an elevator with him after our last game in 2000. It was my last game. I didn't know I wasn't going to be there the following year. He still was. But he was talking about his agent contacting him about this TV opportunity for him when he retires.
Mm-hmm. And the rest is history.
I overheard it. We talked about it briefly. And then 2001, 2002, he pops up on ESPN, and he's been there ever since.
Mm-hmm.
It's 2025 now.
He's good, too.
Oh, he does a good job.
He does a great job.
He's real cool dude. Lives down in Miami. Real cool dude. The great Desmond Howard.
Mm. Shouts out to Desmond Howard, a.k.a. Magic. All right, it's time for the last 48. The biggest memes in the Two Live Stews Facebook chat group over the last 48 hours. Roll them out, Tree. From True Oakland Raiders Nation, Derek Carr finished his career with more passing yards, 41,245. There's some pretty special quarterbacks. He has more career passing yards than Joe Montana, Johnny Unitas, Donovan McNabb, Jim Kelly, Phil Simms, Steve Young, Troy Aikman, and Kurt Warner.
Kurt Warner.
You know where I'm going with this, right?
How numbers lie. Go ahead, man. I'm listening.
Put the list back up, Tree.
I'm listening, man.
Derek Carr is not better, or is not, put it back up, Tree. Derek Carr is not better. First of all, he's not regarded as better, and he isn't better than any one of those quarterbacks. Maybe Phil Simms, I don't know.
And maybe Jim Kelly.
Everybody else, no, he ain't better than no Jim Kelly. He is
Kelly
not better than, right. He is
Yeah.
not better than anybody else on that list, yet he has more passing yards. Stats lie all the time.
For the record. Okay.
What?
Football is a team metric.
Absolutely.
So
wins are a team metric, yes.
Wins are a team metric.
Uh-huh.
So this does give validity to the quarterback that he was. But again, to get on a list such as these that to be admired like these players, it comes with winning, and he didn't do much of that.
Yeah, part of the equation.
His numbers are his numbers, though, and his numbers are good.
Right. Part of the equation when you're evaluating somebody, I believe, is that you should look at how much did they win? Did they win Super Bowls? That's part of it. But that's just a part of it. You can't throw out a bunch of numbers and say, he threw for more yards, so he's better than Joe Montana. What?
No.
If you ever say to yourself that Derek Carr is in the same, that's the point. You shouldn't even put Derek Carr in the same conversation with Joe Montana. Is my point. Like, to even say Joe Montana in one sentence and in the same sentence try to compare in some type of way Derek Carr, slap yourself.
So what you often do, sir, on this show is
neck yourself.
Is you talk about the insignificance of certain people's numbers. And then a segment or two later or a day or two later, you talk about the significance of someone else's numbers. You can't have it both ways. That's all I want to say. You can't have it both ways.
So that statement you just made is untrue.
Okay.
I just said, yeah, you have to evaluate wins if you're talking about wins and losses and career accomplishments, i.e. Super Bowls. Yes. But if you go by straight stats and say this guy's better than this guy because he had a better stat and don't look at the whole picture, you're doing yourself a disservice. Next one, Tree.
Beast. Somebody been in the gym. Somebody's been in the gym. Wait. What? Wait.
This is the point. Thank you, Tree. This is the point. This is the point I wanted to make about this meme.
That's not her on the right. That's not her.
Yeah. Yeah, that's Vera from DeMiro from In Living Color. This is not a good look on the left because she looks just like Jim Carrey's character on the right. That's not a good look, man. She should ask her publicist to get that band to take it down from the interweb.
No, man. You couldn't be more wrong. You couldn't be more wrong.
They look like sisters or brothers.
I see a lady that has taken her small off season to work out and get more physically fit for her job. Are you kidding me?
I'm ready to play some WNBA. Are you?
Oh, it's got to stop, man. It's got to stop, man. I see somebody taking her job serious, and there's already people talking about her possibly being an MVP this year. She's nowhere near Asia Wilson to this point, but when I see this, I realize that she's worked this offseason, which wasn't that long. She's worked.
Fuck Angel Wilson. I hate that bitch. If you're new to the show, Ryan's a big Caitlin Clark fan.
Nah.
I mean, the similarities are glaring, man.
I've got my own producers to help me with my stuff. Thank you.
Oh, boy. Oh, when I saw that, I had to laugh, man. I had to share that with the people.
Somebody's working, man. In the WNBA season, somebody's working. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. So Ryan's a big Angel or Caitlin Clark fan. Me, not so much. If you're new to the show. All right, next one, Tree. I'm not a line stepper. Where's the lie?
You're a Caitlin Clark hater. That's all.
No, where's the lie? Do they not resemble? Keep it real, man. Do they not resemble? Okay.
Not at all.
All right.
No, nowhere near.
Next one, Tree. Courtside buzz. Dallas Mavericks had a 1.8% chance to land the number 1 overall pick, and they got it. That's some bullshit right there, man. Hey, I'm sorry. Damn, I'm on a cussing spree this morning.
It's been bad.
So
my mother watches this program, man.
What do you think about that, man? The draft happened Monday night, I believe. Was it Monday night? Or the draft happened after we did our last show. So let's talk about this. Let's get your thoughts on this, man. They had a 1.8% chance of getting the number 1 pick in the draft, and they got it. You know? This screams to me, frozen envelope, Patrick Ewing. Derrick Rose goes to his hometown Bulls. LeBron James goes to the Cleveland Cavaliers. This screams to me setup. And the NBA got to be careful about this stuff, man, because
no, why would they be careful about it now? They've done it for the entire history. This ain't nothing new.
Well,
this happens just about every damn year, man.
What I'm saying is they need to be careful because people will lose confidence or belief in your product if they think that some stuff is going on behind the scenes, some BS.
Man, stop it.
Okay, so what are your thoughts? What's your thoughts? It's just a coincidence. It's just a coincidence. Go ahead.
The lack of a conspiracy theorist that I am.
I'm sorry. Remember what you're going to say. And I got to tell the other part, the back part of the story is the Dallas Mavericks made what most people consider a horrendous trade and trading Luka Doncic off to the Lakers. And so people are saying that this is kind of like, a repayment.
At this point, man, I think they'd be fools to think that they can continue to rig this part of the process, and people not. I think it's okay. The less than 2% chance they got, they hit it.
No, let's say it from the other side. You do know there was a 98.2% chance that they wouldn't hit it.
Yes.
That's we talked about these vasectomies the other day. That's almost like you having a vasectomy and you getting somebody pregnant. Yeah, they tell you when you get the vasectomy is 99.so-and-so%. To say that they had a chance, they really didn't have a chance to get the number one pick, and they still got it with all of the stuff going around that trade and Dallas giving away this franchise player. They magically get it.
So my question to you is,
go ahead.
Why would the league say we're going to bless the Dallas Mavericks with this first pick?
I don't know. They made some type of back room deal with them saying, go ahead and give Luka to the Lakers. The Lakers are a big market team. People want to see the Lakers more than others. We'll take care of you in the back end through the draft. We're going to take care of you. Don't worry about it.
It's just too much, man. It's just too much, man.
1.8% chance, and they get it. They get it. That shouldn't even be in the conversation that they're going to get it. They shouldn't have even had them on the board in their percent chance because 1.8 means you're not going to get it.
Do they trade this pick? You think they should trade this pick and try to bring in the Greek freak like people are saying? Or do they keep this pick?
I think if you can get the Greek freak, go ahead and do it because how many more years you think he's got?
He's 30.
Yeah, they said he's been in the league for 12 years.
He's 30.
He got another 5 years. These cats be playing till in their late 30s. He got another strong 5 years at the level he's playing at right now.
Hey, man, them folk always looking for a great white hype, and they are in Dallas, Texas. They're not trading Cooper Flag. They're going to hope he can play. If he can play, that also saves them when it comes to not paying the big three. If you got Kyrie, AD, and Giannis, that's a big ticket. Yeah. Well, if you bring in Cooper Flag and you have Kyrie and AD, now Cooper Flag is on a rookie deal for 3 to 5 years.
Hey, what are y'all thoughts about it? Is the NBA rigged? Simple as that. Put it in the chat. Also, you can call us. There's a link that if you want to call in, there's a link Tree's going to put in the chat room, or she's put in the chat room where you can call us and join in on the conversation. From Michael Big Bros Ellis, we should have actually played this in connection with the video. But Africans arriving into the USA be like, and look, they got a color card, man. The darker you are, basically, in a nutshell, the more chance you're going to be classified as an ICE detainee as compared to a refugee.
Come on.
This is 100% accurate.
It's crazy, man.
100% accurate.
Man. I got a MAGA story, man. I'll probably tell it on the other side. I'm sure we have a 2-minute trespass coming up, but I've got a MAGA story, man. I noticed about a month ago, one of the parents on Morgan's team that never spoke to anybody, coached a different team, but their child played on Morgan's team. So I noticed this parent that coaches another team never spoke to anybody for years. We've been on the same team for 5-6 years. I noticed this parent start walking around talking to different black parents. I would see him, he would come and set up his chair by me.
This is a black guy or white guy?
White guy.
Okay.
Sit down and talk for a minute, blah, blah, blah. And then he would move his chair. And I noticed it didn't dawn on me till like a week and a half ago. This guy has been smoozing up to black folks. What's going on? Well, our coach is deciding he's not going to coach this next year. So this guy is putting together a team. So he's been trying to befriend parents of the players to get their players to come to his team. Well, 2 days ago, I filled out paperwork for Morgan to be on his team. 3 or 4 other black parents have filled out paperwork for Morgan for their kids to be on the team. At practice 2 days ago, his wife sits down and has a big MAGA cup in her chair. I instantly go to his Facebook page.
MAGA this, MAGA that, MAGA this, MAGA that.
He probably was at the insurrection.
Right.
Earlier that day, before seeing the MAGA Cup, I put in the group me, hey, Coach so-and-so, we are interested in Morgan being on your team. We'll talk about it soon. And then that same day at practice, I see the MAGA Cup. I take a picture of the MAGA Cup, put it in the group me, and I say, please retract my goddamn statement from earlier.
Why you look like you yelling at somebody in the room? Please retract my goddamn statement from early.
Retract.
Right.
And he hits me up. What is this? What's going on here? What am I missing? I reply, you're missing the mark, you SOB. And oh yeah, this is in the group me with all the other parents.
Right.
5 minutes later, another parent, we're retracting our child also. Another parent, no way my kid's gonna play for your team. Another parent, thank you, Coach Stewart. Glad you called.
Right.
Son of a bitch.
Right.
Let's get to the 2-minute trespass, man, and then when we get back, we'll get into your chats. Super chatters, we're gonna start with y'all. Thank you very much. Y'all did your thizzle. We appreciate it.
I wish my niece would play for that SOB.
But he almost had us.
He almost had you.
Had his wife not brought the cup out there.
And
he would have had us.
That's what you call that's what the Scooby-Doo game would call a clue. That's a clue.
I saw the big red MAGA cup. Oh yeah, and the coaches and their better halves are not supposed to be affiliated with no political party. They're not supposed to. They can't
technically, they were trying to hide it. She probably forgot about the MAGA.
No, that's the moral of the story. That's the point.
Right.
She wanted us to see that cup, and she wears a MAGA hat every day. I just didn't know it was his wife.
How bold is her? How bold of her?
Yeah. They're upset now though. The five little ninjas y'all were trying to get on your team ain't gonna be there.
Get it, shake a little something. That's the way. Yeah, that's the way. You go, girl. Get it, shake a little something. That's the way. Yeah, that's the way. You go, girl.
Baby, I wanna see you shake it. Bend on over, butt booty naked. Now pump, get it. I got 135 beats a minute. This is brother Marquise, calling all the freaks. Show the pink and the booty kick, sick from the bottom, sick for the top. Show me a shot, let me see what you got. Rub it fast and play with it. I'm still with that freaky. One time for the girls in Georgia, Detroit, Michigan, and Miami, Florida. That's why we make our music fast, cause the girls down south like to shake it, man. It's so fine, I can't take it. You got to freak it, you got to shake it. Ow, ow, ow.
Get it, shake a little something. That's the way.
Yeah,
that's the way.
You go, girl.
Get it, shake a little something. That's the way.
Yeah,
that's the way.
You go, girl.
I love the way the girls be shaking, especially when they're already naked. Bend on over, show me what you got, cause I'm down for a tabletop. So work your body, strip club style, make me smile. Get buck wild, cause fresh, get ice. Got the flow, and now it's the time to come get yours. Freakiness is what I like, especially when it's late at night. So shake that butt and don't you stop. Come on, girl, just make me hot, cause I'm down for the 69. You better get yours, cause I get mine. Show what you got, and some fun. Get on down and shake a little something. Ow, ow, ow.
Get it, shake a little something. That's the way.
Yeah,
that's the way.
You go, girl.
Get it, shake a little something. That's the way.
Yeah,
that's the way.
You go, girl. I love to see them in lingerie, tattoo chest and a bustier, stacked on the back of a cutie pie. But over, let me see you do the butterfly. So unpressing when undressing, you got me stressing. Girl, stop flexing. Keep shaking.
It's your boys, the Two Live Stews. Doug Stewart, Ryan Stewart, the makeup of those stews, and this is your Two Live Stews experience. Good morning, y'all. Thank y'all for being here. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
Yes, yes.
hey, Tree.
MAGA warmed
Hi.
up to us to recruit our kids.
Mm.
They don't want DEI. They don't like black people. They're supporting this asshole and everything he's doing. But he worked the field for months trying to build a team with our black players.
Negroes, the Negro League.
That's what's been going on in college football for the last 75 years.
You should have seen how this guy was working the sidelines for the last few weeks, man.
I would love if top black football players coming out of high school would go to HBCUs, man. We could really do it. And it would be a domino effect. I wrote a long thing about this in Facebook a couple years ago.
I saw that red MAGA cup, and I looked at one of the dads that was sitting by me, one of the brothers. I said, hey, bro, who wife is that? He said, oh, that's Coach so-and-so wife. I said, the coach that's been recruiting us actively? He's actively recruiting us? That's his wife? Dog, you sure that's his wife? Oh, yeah, that's his wife, Stu. Okay, I'll take it from here.
Yeah. I mean, in a bigger scale, on a bigger scale, that's Nick Saban having a conversation with Trump. Trump about to put legislation out there over NIL in the portal, and
oh God,
you know,
are you serious?
Yeah, that's the
Those
talk.
are hating motherfuckers.
You know Saban. You have heard the story, right? Saban met with Trump.
Yes,
huh?
I have.
Yeah,
I have.
Ugh.
They're going to try to.
Saban
They're going to
met.
really try to scale this whole NIL. These boys making all this money every year from NIL. They're going to try to do something legislatively on that.
The Smith kid from Ohio State just signed a $15 million deal, NIL deal with somebody.
Right.
They're not putting this genie back in the bottle.
Right. Well, we'll see.
They're not.
Well, what we
They're
talked about
gonna
earlier.
figure out some legislative way to do it.
Right. Yeah.
Well, and it should be regulated to some extent. Also, I agree with it should be regulated. Well, I do.
Regulated how? How would you regulate it? How would you regulate it?
It's got
if said company want to give me $5 million,
right.
How can you tell said company not to give me $5 million?
So the star wide receiver Smith just signed one of his deals is for $15 million. So he's gonna make $25 million over his 3 to 4 years there, and probably not be in a rush to go to the NFL. But you're gonna have offensive linemen and defensive linemen, or linebackers or DBs that don't make any money.
Guess what that's called? Capitalism.
Right. Yeah.
That's called I'm better than you. More people want to hear about me and talk to me than you being an offensive guard.
So Green Bay.
No offense to the offensive guard.
Listen, I hear you.
What?
I hear you.
Okay.
The other side of that is Green Bay and Dallas are two teams that make a bulk of the money in the National Football League. What does the National Football League do? They revenue share, sir. Okay. At the end of every year, based upon how much money's been made, everybody eats. Everybody.
Yeah, but
it's going to be.
Go ahead.
It's going to get regulated to a point where everybody can eat. You can't have a kid making $15 million and another kid getting nothing, but they do the same goddamn thing every weekend.
Okay. No, they don't do the same thing every weekend. We could talk about this on a whole show. Tree,
we have a lot of chat this morning. May I do some housekeeping? Can I remind everybody to watch the Tea with Tree tonight?
Yes.
Is that okay?
Yes.
Booked and bothered, travel haters, roommates, and people who cannot come on the trip. Okay, there's a lot of travel haters. You say, "Oh, I'm going out of town again." Shit like that. We're gonna talk about it.
We're going on a golf trip next week, and next month. And I got a buddy that always has a problem paying.
Oh,
Lord. And now he's in the golf chat throwing shade about the trip and why he's not going, why he's glad he decided not to go.
Right.
Man, if you don't shut your damn mouth and get out of here.
Yes, we're going to talk about that. Like, get out of the group chat.
Right.
Okay. Either you want to come or you don't. We're going to talk about it tonight, 8 p.m. And of course, we will be doing our narration tonight. It's another juicy clip from Tempest in Tulum.
I don't know why y'all going to Denver to play golf anyway. Okay.
Hate.
You stay here then.
Where are you going now? Didn't you just come back from ... Mind your motherfucking business.
Whatever, ninja.
All right.
Whatever.
Let's get into it.
Got a bunch of super chat.
Why not 2403? Thank you so much. You always get us started. Pay it forward to those that provide you entertainment. Thanks, Stu.
Thanks you, Why Not 2403. Thank you, my brother.
Thank you so much.
2403.
From Eric David, 20.
Ooh,
Thank you for your donation. Eric says he's been listening to every word of the Two Live Stew since he saw two brothers from South Carolina. Pure ear magic.
Thank you,
Hashtag 5 days. What
Thank
is?
you,
What do
Eric.
you mean by that, Eric?
Thank you,
Hashtag
Eric.
5 days.
What do you mean by that?
They made that into a hashtag, man. Hashtag 5 days.
I like
What
it,
do you
Eric.
think they? What do you
love
think
it.
there's? Yeah.
I love
From
it.
Loosenet, the unofficial second producer of the show. Fleece Johnson, thank you for your donation, Loosenet. Fleece Johnson trying to get locked up again just to see who's Fleece Johnson.
I don't
Diddy,
even know who Fleece Johnson is.
help us. Who is he? Loosenet's got more to say. Conjunction function. Yes, Doug, that was a good clip you submitted. The Schoolhouse Rocks.
Uh-huh.
That is
Absolutely.
how I learned multiplication, from all those songs.
Young people under the age, anybody under the
They don't
age of
get
like
it.
35, they don't know what we're talking about. We talk about Schoolhouse Rock. It was a staple. It
Mhm.
was a staple of the community growing up for your children.
5, 10, 15, 20. Did you watch the after school specials on ABC?
Junction, what's
Absolutely.
your function?
Absolutely.
Some of those songs were sad. The one about the number 8, I had pulled it last week, but I was like, it's too sad.
It kept
The
it real with us
number
back in the
8.
70s and 80s.
From Eric David, since them first take days, I drive trucks, so I can't chat all during the show. Don't want Doug calling the man on me. Eric David, call up
Thank
here
you,
if
Eric.
you want to, please.
Just make sure your
No.
truck is stopped, Eric. That's all.
Yeah, be careful, man. I just don't want nobody to
Just
have
make sure your truck is stopped.
a life-changing accident.
People make whole videos while they're driving. Never
They
mind.
shouldn't.
They shouldn't.
Somebody clarify what we have in you as an
I mean,
elderly brother.
I was telling Miles while he was driving the other day, dude, if your car is going forward, your eyes have to be where the car is going. You can't at any point in time be going this way and you're looking this way. It just don't work like that.
Yeah.
So if you're recording something and spending any time looking at the camera and your car is moving, that's a no-no.
For him, yes. But there's mounts and things you can put on the car. Anyway, let's keep going. Do y'all know how to drive a stick?
Absolutely.
Yes.
Me too. In the chat, does everyone know how to drive it's a manual, right? That's what that's called.
Yeah, that's what they call it.
Manual, yes.
Mhm.
Right. We were having that conversation.
I promise you, nobody
That's how
under
I
the age,
learned.
nobody under the age of 30 knows how to drive a stick shift. Because
They're
they don't.
fun.
Do they even still make cars stick shift?
Yes, we know.
Up to date cars, I mean.
Yes, I know. That's how come me and my friends were having the conversation, because one of the nieces has a stick shift. So anyway, Sean Mims, thank you so much. Another donation. Puff should not have paid. She's still talking.
That's something I don't get either. Arley, come in for a second. Didn't he pay Cassie $60 million?
No.
How
20. Isn't 20?
I think
20
it
million.
ended up- I think they said within an hour of her filing that she had the $20 million in her account. So that's showing all how much power, how much wealth, all that he has. But I don't know why.
Wait a minute. I thought that was to make this go away. To like, how is this even happening? I thought the 20 million was to pay her off, in effect, to go away and stop talking about this.
It was, but by the time when the feds show up at your house, they've been watching you a long time anyway.
So this is levied by the feds,
Mhm.
and they're making her testify. It's not like she's filing
No.
this suit against him and claiming all these things.
Right. So when the
Okay.
feds come, you don't have an option. So
I
I get
want
to
my
keep the
money
money
back
and I
then.
get
I
to
want-
right.
I want my money back then.
It probably had no clauses about contingent upon the feds showing up at your house and raiding it and having people pulled off planes and handcuffed. There's probably nothing in that contract about it.
Damn,
You just
you got-
can't talk about it. But I can't criminally, because hers was a civil thing. Criminally, it's totally different. Criminal and civil. That's why we've been wondering lately why all these women are filing civil suits. Because I don't want you to go to jail. I just want your money. That was Cassie. She didn't file criminally against him.
Wow.
She was filing civilly. This is a criminal case. So
What's that term these young people use? He got finessed.
Backdoored. He
Oh,
got
he got
backdoored.
finessed. He got finessed.
he might
And backdoored too, literally.
He
and
might like a
figuratively.
backdoor.
He might like a back door. Gracious peace. If he want people love juice on his nipples,
Oh God.
You might like back doors.
Love juice.
Can I? Okay, so this comment, thank you, Cornell. But if you know, I'd like to raise my comments about all of this, if you don't mind. Cornell says Cassie was down with it, but as soon as it went public, she wants to act all innocent. You don't get treated like that and stay around for 10 years. So this is what I want to present to you. That number one.
Thank you for the $10.
Thank you, Cornell.
Thank you, Cornell.
Well, what I read is that they met when she was 19. She already had a career. He asked her to come sign with Bad Boy. And then when she turned 21 was when they first engaged with a kiss. And then later she made a way for her to be in Miami at the same time as him. And that's when they actually had sex. What I want to say is, wasn't she groomed? Like, he presented drugs to her that first time they had sex also. And if your daughter is 19, we're not saying she was a virgin or anything like that, but you're 19, then you're 21. It just feels like she was groomed and didn't necessarily initially volunteer. But once you get drugged up and into the lifestyle, seems like maybe she.
So, Tree, I hear you and I understand everything you're saying, and I could see someone saying, yeah, he groomed this chick from when he first met her. I agree. The other side of that is that this was situations and a part of a relationship that happened for decades.
Not decades, a decade.
Well, a decade.
Right. So
at some point in time, if she's been treated so badly and done so wrong and forced to do so many things and to have to be with this person and that person and getting urine in her mouth, at some point in time, doesn't she just say, hey, man, I just can't.
You know what they're going to argue? They're going to argue that Stockholm Syndrome.
Yes, exact. Boy, you be in my head. Yeah. That's what I was thinking. And then also, I think maybe she became a sub and he was the dom. And do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I know.
And
I just learned these phrases.
Maybe he went overboard for her, like too much. The pee in the mouth, like.
I just don't understand peeing in my mouth. Or in somebody's mouth, period. I don't understand what's the thrill in that.
Frederick,
does the pee taste like Kool-Aid or something?
He wouldn't know because it's not getting in his mouth. It's not in his mouth.
Well, we know how
what it tastes like.
It's gonna smell.
Real salt
smells, don't you think?
Smells real salty.
Acidic acids and stuff in there, bubbling in your mouth.
So pee versus. Never mind.
Yeah, put Brother Frederick's post back up. Thank you, Frederick.
Thank you, Frederick.
Thank you, Otto.
I'm glad you mentioned that. Go ahead, Doug.
Well, we have a major announcement next week, so stay tuned to the show. Pass the word. Major announcement next week. Speaking
Frederick,
of which,
not only am I going, but hopefully you're gonna go too, player. Hopefully you're gonna go too. All of y'all. Let's go hang out in Denver.
Kind of ties into what I mentioned earlier. Next week, Thursday, we're going to have one of the ambassadors from the travel agency that we're working with, where you can become, and she's going to give you more information about how you can become your own travel agent, make commissions on your own trips, hotels, cars, cruises, etc.
I think the term they like using more than travel agent is travel advisor.
I said ambassador, not agent.
You said agent
a
second ago, and that's why I said I think you should say advisor instead of agent.
Travel advisor next week, Thursday. So she's going to be on the show, and then we're going to have a full presentation that night. So, yeah, make sure you tuned in next Thursday.
Derek Rivers, thank you so much for your donation.
Thank you,
Cuzzo. Thank you, man.
See you soon, cuz.
From Griff, paying my dues, family. By the way, being stalked is a really weird thing. I've dealt with it twice in my life.
Yeah, it's not cool. It's not cool.
You doing it like that?
That's when I started carrying the strap back in the day when I was getting stalked. Yeah.
All these Detroit revelations are we going to get new ones every Thursday? Because it sounds like you had a time in the Motor City.
I enjoyed the Motor City. I wish I would have worked more. I wish I would have stayed focused more, but I really enjoyed the Motor City.
Mm-hmm.
That's why all the people that I mentor that's in the league now, I make sure that they understand that wherever they're working, that it's work. That you're not there to enjoy the city. You're not there to be out dating 2 or 3 times a week. You're there to work.
Thank you, Mike Davis. This is a new name. I haven't seen you before. Thank you so much for your
bro named
donation.
Mike Davis. So that's my chapter, bro. Rude, dog.
Thank you, Mike. Thank you,
Thank
Mike
you.
Davis.
Thank you. And if you want to donate and ask the Stew something, hit that button. Why not 2403? Great soccer story, Ryan. Talking about your
Yeah. Yep. Thank you.
rage against the machine.
Yep. Old boy tried to dupe us. Yep.
Mm.
My wife went to his Facebook page like, babe, you got don't go to that Facebook page, babe. Oh,
And
wow.
you went right to it.
Immediately.
You could literally switch all these college football boosters all over America. 90% of them are MAGA lovers with the players. That same story you told. You see what I'm saying?
And the league tells the coaches and the coaches' wives that they can't wear that type of stuff to the practices or to the games. We're not supposed to be trying to publicize any of our political suggestions. Affiliations, right. And ever since that meeting they had when they said that, this lady, his wife wore a hat or shirt or brought that cup. Ever since they told him not to do that. She's done it every day. Just shove it in our face. Okay.
Yeah, you shove it in our face. We'll show you.
Yeah.
From Rel Scott, thank you for your donation. Rel sent me and you something, Ryan.
Okay.
I'll get it to you.
Shouts out Rel Scott. Check him
Shouts
out.
out, Rel. At
Prime Ties to Go, the number
Yeah.
2. Shouts out to my man Rel Scott.
Rel and Teresa always send gifts. They
Tisa.
always send gifts.
It's Tisa.
I apologize. CTE. I apologize.
Rel said they wanted me back in the office. They're going to take this 2-minute trespass music that comes with it. Thanks, Rel.
Rel mentioned on the last show that he was going back in the office for the first time
Bless
since
your heart.
the start of COVID. That's 5 years, bro.
That's gotta suck.
Mm.
I wonder where him and Tanya met.
Tisa. It's actually Tisa.
Is she Philly also?
Yeah, I think
He's
she's
a hardcore Eagles
straight
fan.
straight Philly John.
Yeah, be careful with them people.
Tisa does not play. Ryan, good looking out, sir. We have to continue to be advocates for our kids and other kids who may not have an advocate.
I
Thank
told
you,
the coach,
Chris.
I told my buddy that's currently coaching the team, there's too many times where I got to leave during the practice and make a run for a second or go pick up another kid. So my baby would have been out there with the MAGA folk the whole time I'm gone.
Man, it's crazy how
you don't want your kid under the leadership of the MAGA folk. What are they saying when I can't hear them?
It's crazy how history repeats itself. I've never told this story. Do you remember what happened my third year? You probably don't because you were way younger than me. You were probably 5 or 6. But man, the third year that I played Little League football, our old man found out that the coach, in some kind of way, found out that the coach I was playing for was like a Klansman.
Oh my God.
And so he went and argued to the board that, he didn't want his son playing for this coach and he wanted to, put me on another team. They didn't do it for whatever reasons. In the middle of a practice, in the middle of the week, he walked out in the field, said, come on, go with me, and walked me over to Coach Dave's team, the Cowboys, and the rest is history.
I know that's right.
The rest is history.
What did you do, Doug? Did you just go? You didn't.
I was happy. So in our hometown at that time, the team I played for at the beginning of the story, it was me and maybe one other black dude on the team, Darryl Frazier. I saw the picture a couple of weeks ago. The team that we were going to was the black team.
Did Daryl's daddy follow Mr. Stewart?
Absolutely.
Good.
Absolutely. We ended up playing for Coach Dave and Coach Dunk, and the rest is history, man. In the
Good.
middle of a practice, he walked me over to Coach Dave team.
Hey, man, you can't be listening to no Klansmen.
Nah.
You can't be taking leadership from no Klansmen.
And they do all kind of weird. I know people who were in the Cub Scouts molested by these white folk.
Yeah, throughout the course of a year, there's going to be too many times where something can happen where you can't be there.
Yes.
Yeah.
You
did the
can't.
right
Your
thing.
kid's going to be there and you can't be there. No way.
History repeats
God.
itself, sir.
Mm.
I just thought about that story.
Thank you, KK. Thank you
KK.
so much.
Thank you, KK.
She says, great show. We appreciate all of you. We appreciate all of you.
Hashtag 5 days. Hashtag
From Rel
5
Scott,
days.
we got new listeners in my office. Excellent. Excellent, Rel.
And thank y'all. Thank y'all for tuning in.
Doing your good work. Hey, y'all.
I
In
hope-
Rel's office.
I hope y'all ain't the belligerent asshole Philly fans.
Shouts out to Rel and Taib, man. They got our back.
Tisha. It's Tisha, man.
Melvin Eccles. Melvin, thank you. Thank
Bless
you,
you, Melvin.
Melvin.
We can
404
count on is Melvin Eccles.
770-6949. That's the number to Bay 11 Towing, where
We
Melvin
love
is the
him.
proprietor
Hey,
of
Melvin,
Bay
thank
11
you, bro.
Towing. You need a car moved, your car broke down, you find yourself in a situation in the ATL, holla at our guy, Melvin Eccles, 44770-6949. Shouts out to you, Melvin. Thank you, Melvin.
Spot on us like it ain't nothing. Thank you, Melvin Eccles.
Balling with them.
God
jokes.
has been
Balling.
good to you.
Balling.
And when you have, yes, it's thank you. From okay, here we go. Jungle Brother. I voted for Ryan's we saw.
Thank you.
We saw.
Thank you, Jungle. Thank you, Jungle.
We saw that.
That was a wasted vote.
Thank you, Jungle.
Actually-
I appreciate your right.
Oh, look, there he is, right
and
there.
Jungle,
Right.
and Jungle, we know how Tree feels about you, but it's okay. Don't worry about it.
Me and Jungle are good.
Detroit
good.
Green bunch voted for you too. I thought that was my folk. She went to Jackson State.
Don't do
John
that to them.
Eldridge voted for you. What?
Don't do that to them. Don't do that to them. Don't do that to
Ty
them.
Bukowski.
Sydney, come on, bro.
Don't do that to them.
I'm
Thank y'all
shocked
for your
at
support.
Sydney.
Yeah, portray our mother in
Fly
a
Ty.
portray our mother in a light that is less than desirable.
Got me a win, and it wasn't less desirable. It was just the truth.
It's okay, Ryan.
Go ahead, next one, Tree.
He
Right.
blocked all that out. Look at
Hey,
them.
Pumpkin.
Look at that hat. I love a hat, baby. You better. From Griff. Thank you, Griff. Another donation. I know that I show my support for the show in North Carolina. I wear my 2 Live Stew shirt to the gym weekly.
Thank you, Griff.
Thank
That's dope. Thank
That's
you, Griff.
important, Griff. That means a lot,
Griff.
man.
It
You know he a
does.
noob. You know he a noob, right?
Yeah, he's a cool ass noob.
Yeah.
He
What's
purchased
the-
that. He purchased that 2 Live Stew shirt at the last tailgate we had with the Dallas Cowboy game.
What's the thing you say about the other person? Wish he was a Q.
Wish he was a Q.
The Sigma Dad. The Sigma Dad.
Sigma Dad.
Speaking of purchasing shirts, are we gonna the
Yes,
people are tagging me all over the internets about a plan for us to
coming.
be
Last
outside?
2 Live
coming.
Stews.tv. It's coming.
Okay. They don't tell me nothing. Anyway, let's keep going. It's probably best.
We literally tell
Deanna?
you everything.
Deanna,
Definitely-
thank you so much.
definitely best.
Oh, Deanna. Thank you, Deanna. Thank
Thank you,
you.
Deanna. Thank you, Deanna. I like you, Deanna. I like Deanna.
You said her name right this week. Thanks, Deanna. From Loose Neck, in honor of our good time discussion Monday, I changed my avatar. Oh, good times. Now,
That's Louis Gossett Jr.
look at his hair.
We talking Thelma.
Look at his hair.
Now keep in mind, Thelma was like 19 in this, man. This man got a reverse fade like you've never seen before in your life.
Get
Terrible.
that George Jefferson.
Oh, God. Carrie Portis, thank you so much. Great show as always.
Thank you,
we
Carrie
really
Portis.
appreciate you.
Thank
From
you,
Till
Carrie.
Dog 12, when women are wet, I wonder what it tastes like. What?
Oh, but that's
Excuse-
different. That's different.
Wait a minute.
That's totally in a different ballpark.
You don't
This
know?
totally a different ballpark.
Are we what?
Wait, it tastes like.
I'm confusion because how do you not know, sir?
Yeah, he evidently he's never
I think
gone there.
I think he's being somewhat facetious with this comment.
Pineapple and clove water. Thanks. I guess that's it for the donations this week.
Hey, if y'all
Thank
like
you so much.
to donate, this is a Thursday. We typically pass the plate on Thursday. If you'd like to donate, look to the bottom of the chat, click on the dollar symbol, and donate whatever you'd like. If you're watching the replay, same thing. Look to the bottom of the chat, click on the heart symbol, and you can donate after the show. You can replay and still donate to the show. Thank y'all
hope
very
he's
much for the
kidding.
donations.
I know what I taste like. You don't. I hope.
How do
he's
you know what
kidding.
you taste like?
Yeah, okay, Tree. All right. All right.
You
How
think
do you
there's
know what
only
you taste
4 or
like?
5
You got a
positions?
you got a long ass neck.
Okay, let's go.
I don't know how that works.
From Rel Scott, Rick James ain't got ish on Diddy. Hashtag baby gravy.
Apparently not.
Someone made a good point in here, and I think I saved it. This. He's fucking up Johnson and Johnson.
No, they're making more money. They're making more money.
Did y'all see the swimming pool full of, was that
The little-
AI or that was for real?
Allegedly, he has a blow-up pool that was filled with nothing but baby oil.
Okay.
Damn.
We'll keep
Cassie,
going.
Cassie said they said 72 hours. 28, 24, 48, 36. No, not 36. That's 3 or 4 days. Let me do the math. Go ahead. Go read the next one. Let me do the math.
From
Let me make
Cindy
sure.
Action Jackson, these folks got PhD level freakness. Rick James ain't got nothing on the diddler. So Rick James had talked about a lot of his conquests. I mean, maybe it was freaky for back then. There's levels to this, as
4 days
Doug's
is
friend
96
told me.
hours. 4 days is 96 hours. And they talked about 4 days of sex.
They said Rick James had him strapped down in the basement and was burning them with cigarettes.
Yeah, that's kidnapping, and that's definitely some type of felony.
But that's some S&M stuff too. From
That's definitely a
James.
felony.
James.
I don't
Now,
put,
you know
I don't
what?
put my cigarette out on nobody that hadn't requested it.
Put that back up, Tree.
James.
That baby's going
Now,
to be
come
high
on.
yellow for more than one reason. What baby they talking about?
Cassie's baby.
That baby's going to be high yellow.
Read
for more.
it
Oh, the piss
Y'all
is
silly.
yellow.
So I wondered about this too. How much did she tell her husband? Did she tell him everything?
Well, they had to have a serious conversation prior to coming in that courtroom.
No, I don't think she told him everything.
Oh, yeah.
The
Can
sewers
you
in the
imagine? Can you imagine what that ninja said? Like I'm saying, they're in the car home. He turns down the radio. Whole time he looking forward, not saying a word.
because Ryan said, "Don't look this way."
He turned down the radio and turned around. Look at this. You nasty, fat, nasty.
Nah, she had to have
just-
told him.
Huh?
Her
Tree,
mental
that's got to
health.
be Tree. That's got to be a lot, Tree. Tree, that's got to be a lot. And
I don't
this is
see
the
any-
husband. This is the husband that's benefiting off of this $20 million that she just got from Puffy a couple months ago.
Hey,
I
listen.
mean,
So let me ask you, Tree. Would you divulge that information before you had to your husband?
If I knew I was going to be on the stand, I would have to, because I have to. And what I wonder too is how they even, if she how does she have sex? This is her third baby with this man. How is she able to even perform? Like sex, I love sex.
No
She
offense, but
shouldn't like it.
I know that-
After
I'm sorry, Tree. I was gonna say I just
but
know. I know
Tree,
that dude's
that's
got
what I
buyer's
just
remorse.
that's what I just brought up a little while ago, Tree. She must have liked it, Tree.
And listen, you said
Tree,
before.
she had to have liked it, Tree.
You've
she
said
had
several
to
times.
have.
You've said several times before about not looking at and thinking about somebody's past. You've said that before.
Who, me?
But yeah,
Oh,
you
yeah.
said- yeah.
Oh yeah, no. Yeah, I'm good.
So if you're Cassie's husband, how you feel this morning?
Oh.
Well, because now even if she told him, even if I told him ahead of time, he has to relive it again through the news. And
now his friends know.
Ooh,
Now his buddies at the
family,
gym,
his
his
mama
coworkers,
and them.
his mama and them. His mama know.
His mama them. Mama them know. Cassie getting dragged.
There's got to be a lot of love for her to. I mean, it's
Yeah.
a strong village that can love her through this.
I've told my girlfriends since I was having girlfriends, I don't care to ever hear about your past boyfriend. That's the past. You don't need to divulge nothing to me about him. And I'll do the same with my life. Okay, I won't be divulging stuff with my past friends with you. We're clear of that. I'm not judging you. No, if you want to talk about it, cool. But I'm not judging you at all.
And women do.
I know you had situations before me. If you want to talk about it, cool. It's not going to bother me.
Yeah,
Hey, go ahead. We can stay on this forever. Go ahead.
Dimitri from Demetria 2000. Welcome. Haven't seen that name before. My Geechee grandmother would say he's free till he fool. Say it. You say it. Y'all say it. I didn't say it right.
Well, that boy free till he fool.
There it is. There it is. Thanks, Demetria. From Rel Scott, Doug still using whipped cream on girls. Yeah, like it's not exactly. Why wouldn't I know how I taste? Like, watch a video, Doug.
My friend was like, you 90s freaky. It's a whole new level of freaky today. And clearly she was right. Clearly.
From Sydney Action Jackson, I'm going to have to dip my phone in Lysol after this segment. We didn't mean for it to be. Everything is just falling kind of into place like that. Like, I don't. On Thursdays, stalking and the King of Detroit from Tony Dorsett. Cassie a freak. Her husband was her trainer that Puffy hired.
Oh,
what? Oh, I missed that.
Oh my gosh.
Arley
so somebody
said
they knew
about, like who she dated before too.
Wow.
Birdman 22 says Rico does include abuse.
So listen,
FYI.
let me. Rico does include abuse.
Rico, the
FYI.
Rico, the all right.
Right.
But Puffy's Rico case has nothing to do with the abuse, is our point. Yes, the domestic violence could be Rico charges possibly, but we're saying that his case is not revolved around this.
It's not.
From Rax Green, welcome. New face, new name, T.I. and Tiny. Allegedly.
Yeah, allegedly they like
I've been in places seeing them operate together.
I know people that have been in their house doing work. Birdman 22, Cassie says she choked on urine, not the face, Arley. I guess when y'all were talking about, she did. I guess when y'all were talking about somebody peeing on her face, she did. I read that in the transcript. I don't know. From Black Diamond, Cassie's testimonies are probably like listening to nursery rhymes compared to what we're about to hear from the other people getting on the stand.
I would think that you would put the most salacious or impactful witness on the stand last.
Black Diamond, thank you. This is the first week. This is the first week.
Doug.
Or no. I didn't mean to say that. Not last. I mean first.
What all they say? 8 weeks of testimony probably coming up. This is the first week. We ain't heard nothing yet.
So Arley, I mean, I would think that you would put the most salacious, most impactful witness on first, not last. What are your thoughts?
You're trying to tell a story, and so you need to come out. It's like anything is a pap. I'm gonna hit you in the mouth with some stuff, but I'm going to continue a steady drip of information that is going to continue to build this story in a way that allows you to see it. All of your witnesses are going to be impactful. They're going to probably be some people that get up there and lie, and they're going to come at the defense is going to really, come at them hard. They can't come at Cassie is hard because of the circumstances surrounding her situation. You're a victim, and you've alleged all these crimes that have happened. But the rest of these people, and she's pregnant. But they're going to come with some, because they got to still prove that there's the drug part of it. They got to prove the criminal enterprise. They're going to probably bring in that guy who was dangled on the roof, and the young lady that all those things are coming into evidence at some point.
Doug, are we going to hear about the night that y'all had, you and Puffy, when y'all were hanging out with Ryan Cameron when I left y'all?
Hey, they have not called me yet.
Are they going to call you?
They have not called me yet.
If I see Doug's name on the witness list, I'm going to die.
You know what? After the fact, I feel some type of way about that Puffy didn't think enough of me to include me in the shenanigans.
Let's finish this.
I agree, Doug. I would feel some kind of way too, Doug.
I do feel some type of way because trust me.
You know how to have fun.
Yeah.
Does he? He thinks there's only 4 positions. From Adrian Williams.
I said 4 to 6. After 6, you stretching it, Tree. Come on.
I like to stretch it. Adrian Williams, I'm ordering a copy of The Bull. Very good.
That's what's up. Thank you, Adrian.
Very good.
Yeah,
Thanks,
book,
Adrian. Let me move this.
It's a good book,
Thank
Adrian.
you so much.
It's a really good book, man.
You go to QR code, pull out your phone if you're watching right now.
When Tree sent me the book, because I waited for the book for quite some time, and when I finally got it, I was like, "You want me to read this?" And then I said, "Okay, well, no, it's for the show. It's for the show." I couldn't put it down. I couldn't put it down.
Couldn't put it up either. Okay.
I don't have that problem, Tree.
Nope, that's not true.
That's who you're dealing with, but I don't have that problem.
So basically, Puffy comes to Atlanta and heads straight to book.
Evidently.
Did y'all go to Bulldogs that night y'all hung out, Doug?
No, we didn't go to Bulldogs that night. We hung out. And you keep saying we hang out like you're trying to isolate me.
He said he left. He told us
you were
he
there.
left.
You were there the entire time I was there. You were there.
However, I was never physically in the limo with the perv. I left the party early. Remember, I saw a friend that I left y'all with, and I went to hang out with her. Yeah,
That's
I never actually got in the car with them.
That's a lie. We met in the parking lot of a mall. I'm thinking maybe Lennox or something like that. I can't remember. We got in the car with him and Ryan Cameron. Me and you.
I would like you to stop telling that.
And we went to the club. However, I left the club without you guys. I left you in the club with those guys.
Yeah, I don't remember that at all.
I know
were
you
with us
don't.
The whole time. Stop trying to
my God,
deny
now you don't
accountability.
Remember, now you don't remember that night either. You don't remember that night? Oh my God.
Go ahead, Tree.
Whew.
Cat trying to separate himself from the story.
Reggie Mitchell, he's in agreement with a lot of people this morning with all of your new revelations. Ryan reveals his time in Detroit. Reggie says Ryan was a Detroit pimp. Reggie, don't say allegedly.
It wasn't pimping at all.
Because pimping ain't easy.
No.
Come on, Tree, let's run through these.
From Jungle Brother.
I always had a house full of friends, though. Always had a house full of friends.
3 bedrooms. My grandmother had a bright idea to name me after the Warren Commission, talking about that lady stealing Doug's name down to the clinic. Okay. That's ghetto. Let's see. Jungle Brother. Back in the day, I met this chick at the bar. She was smoking a Newport and sipping on a Colt 45 with a straw. Let's just say I had to call 911 to get her out my house. Talking about stalkers today.
That should have been a red flag. You drinking a darn Colt 45 through a straw. That says a lot about you.
And smoking a Newport.
Yeah, it does. Mal 1313, welcome to the show. Doug was getting the sleeves beat off him as a kid.
Yeah.
It's just not true.
Okay.
Mother was the salt of the earth.
From Till Dog 12, Doug is the most sheltered and uncultured.
What does that mean? What is he referring to?
I mean, everything you say is dated. Everything you do is dated.
Sheltered and uncultured black man. Yeah, I don't know about the new. I don't.
Position.
I'm happy to say I don't know about the new fads. I don't know about peeing in my partner's mouth. I don't know about getting my salad tossed. I just don't know about these things. And you know what? I admit it. And you know what else? I'm happy that I don't know what these things mean and how they go down.
Which leads us to this great comment. That would make so much sense if Doug was the bull. It explains why he pretends to be so appalled when every sexcapade is mentioned. This is what you're doing right here, now.
I'm not the bull.
Tiffany Poodle in Portland.
Technically, I've been called a bull before, but go ahead, read that.
The bull would not walk around with his toes out. Who's walking around with their toes out? That means something. It's something from your past. Reggie Mitchell, I see the Falcons going 11-6 with that schedule.
It's a good-looking schedule for the Falcons' success. I agree.
Yeah, I mean, with the pieces they added in the draft, the pieces they added in the draft, I'm looking forward to this year.
And they throw Penix Jr. in late last year. I think you'll have a much better season, and he's starting this year. I like it.
From Black Diamond, talking about your former soccer coach. He knew exactly what he was doing. I side-eye most pink toes that skin and grin in my face too much.
A couple of weeks ago, I remember coming home like, did Coach so-and-so come and sit by us again today, babe? And I made the comment but didn't pay it any attention. Like, damn, he done sat by us 2 or 3 times in the last couple of weeks. Wow.
The spirit was telling you then. Julius.
Shouts out to Mason too, man. I want to just give him another congratulations,
hey,
man. That's big when you get your.
Call him and tell him, man. I'll send him a text, man. He was
send him some money.
Yesterday,
sir, when I got my first letter, that was
huge.
That was huge.
It's huge, man.
It's a huge event in a young man's life, a young athlete's life.
I'm proud of him, man.
Damn, I took it down. I'm sorry. I'll be trying to. Okay, I can't find it.
You know, I lettered at Newberry, right? And our mother. I know it's gonna sound like I'm coming down there. Our mother misplaced my Letterman's jacket from Newberry, man.
Here he goes again.
She misplaced it.
Guys, she is not who Doug explains that she is. That is not her.
He did it again.
I was only there for a year, but I let her.
She is not who he says she is.
Not only did I let her at Newberry, I started a couple games.
It's getting out of hand a little bit, Douglas. Have some grace. Just a little bit. We're going to finish.
That's our mother, man.
She said she misplaced it.
From Julius.
Was she leaving at the club one night when she went out there? I mean, I don't.
No, in the move. She's moved.
Okay, that's true.
Yeah, she moved.
From Julius 35C, the Spurs weren't supposed to get Tim Duncan in 97. Hell, Rick Pitino went to Boston thinking they would get the number 1 pick.
Tim Duncan in 97 goes to the Spurs. It was something going on why it looked like that was funny business as well. I can't remember right now. But, man, you're not supposed to get the pick if you got a 1.8% chance. You're not.
Well, no, there's still a chance. If there's a 1.8%, there's still a chance.
Which means there's a 98% chance you won't.
Right. I understand.
From Rel Scott, why don't they broadcast the NBA lottery live? They record everything else.
Yeah. They do it all now behind all this cloak and dagger. They used to show when they did the envelopes. Now, whether it's envelopes or ping pong balls, they don't show you that. They just show you the final tally.
Listen. Oh, God.
Thank you, Jungle Brother, for your donation. Ryan Cameron said leave his name out of it.
Yeah.
You do always bring him into it. From Ty Davison, hearing the 2 minute makes me thankful I wasn't memorialized on the Hulu Freaknik Chronicles.
Yeah, I'm very thankful for that.
Shouts out Ty Davison.
Courtney Williams, everyone knows I'm from Detroit. I probably talk like, no,
well,
I'm from Detroit.
You spent time out there.
I moved to California for 6 years, but no, I'm from Detroit.
You like California?
It's not enough coloreds for me, but it was a good healing place.
I could imagine you go from Atlanta to pretty much anywhere else in this country. Right. You're going to feel like that.
Well, D.C. is black. Detroit is black.
Yeah, it wasn't.
But really outside of that, oh, no,
it wasn't giving enough. Rel says he and Tisa grew up down the street from each other.
Wow.
That's so sweet.
Teenage love.
That's awesome, Rel.
Demetria 2000 Rico was the sex trafficking. Arley Michelle said their children will forever be able to read about this, but it might be like that movie where he let Demi Moore sleep with the rich man for the money. Indecent Proposal.
It's a great movie.
And then it took his mind down.
Yep. That haunts you after it happens.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got this money, but man, damn, what happened in that room?
Woody
damn,
Harrelson
she don't look at me. She don't look at me like she used to anymore.
He never recovered.
Damn, I wonder what she's thinking about. She thinking about that. It's just too much. It's just too much, man.
Till Dog 12. If they call Doug to the stand, Diddy is getting life without parole. Indeed, because this is the Tattletale King.
Well, I'm not going to jail for nobody.
Well, Rel, apparently he doesn't believe.
One thing
he
I
doesn't
agree.
Remember what happened.
One thing I agree with the great Charleston White. I'm not going to jail for nobody.
I don't know. You guys know who this is? Livingston Bramble. Rest in peace.
Yeah, that's we talked about it when he passed away a couple months ago.
Thanks, everybody. Please hang out tonight, 8 p.m. The Tea with Tree, and good job, guys.
Thank you, Tree.
Pulled it off.
Bye, Tree. Bye.
Shouts out to everybody that donated to the show today, man. We can't say it enough. We appreciate you. Thank you.
Thank y'all, man.
Thank you.
We got up to like 170 people watching today. Of course, it'll be tenfold by the people that watch the replay. If everybody was to give $2 or $3, man, we do it every day, Monday through Friday.
Hashtag 5 days. If everybody watching could give $2 or $3 a day, $1 or $2 a day. If we could get everybody that watches the show to give $1 or $2 a day, everybody, not 20 people.
There's 141 people watching right now.
But by the night, it'll be like 900 and something. We've seen the numbers.
Right.
So we're talking about the people watching live and the replay.
Yeah. Shouts out to everybody in the chat room. Thank y'all very much. Really, 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 really appreciate it. Everybody that was super chatters, thank y'all. Super chatters. Why not? Thank you for kicking the party off at 5-something this morning before we even got here. Thank you, why not? But thank everybody. Thank all the super chatters. Y'all get an A+. Arley Wood, outstanding job today. You get an A+. Thank you for being here. We really appreciate it, Arley. Spent more time with you today because of this puppy thing, and we're going to continue to do this during the trial, so you got more work. Thank you, Arley. Tree, thank you. No, Tree, you will not be producing my side of the show. No. You produced Doug stuff. Congratulations on y'all's victory.
There go your girl. I mean, there go your.
I've
I don't
never
even know what
ever
to call
seen
them.
us chastise someone that works on their craft. And I'm not going to start doing that now. Shouts out to you, Caitlin Clark.
You know,
Doug.
we know how we used to say get in the gym. We need to tell Caitlin to stay out of the gym. She don't need to do no more. She don't need to do no more arm curls.
Watch how she moved the pile this year on that floor, though. A+ to you, Doug.
I'm gonna
Congratulations on your win
dominate
again.
this year.
Congratulations on your win, man.
Thank you, man.
Y'all have a safe weekend. Y'all be careful in them streets. If you're drinking, please drink responsibly and don't get behind the wheel after drinking. God is good all the time, and all the time God is good. If y'all don't know him, you need to find him and show him love, because that's all he's showing you, nothing but love.
No one can guard me. Come on, man. You got to see the resemblance. Stop playing, man.
None at all, man. None at all. And shame on you, man. I mean, we know how you feel about it, so I expect this type of stuff.
This year, I'm going to dominate. I kill me.
Peace, y'all. Peace, y'all. Shame on you, man.
I kill me. Oh, boy, you can't make this up.
So you never slept with a